They don't know. They don't know who is in the podcast. It will be a surprise.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna drop the announcement video here in the Discord.
Yeah, I'll have the Q&A open. Because some new stuff dropped today, maybe that I didn't even look at yet. Like a few hour ago.
Yeah.
Привет, stalkers.
Hey,
Yeah.
Stereo, my
Ah,
man.
Stallion!
Привет.
Nice
Great to see you
background.
guys. Yeah, I'm already at the mobile lab and got some stuff to do right now. But they
awesome.
allowed me to get one of their computers, so I'm here.
Dude, tell
That's a
Herman
good
I said
green
what up. And tell him he owes me.
What do you mean by green screen, mate?
Sorry.
Just kidding. Yeah, dude, you don't want
That's
to know how
miracle.
this thing looks out without green screen. It's the most bootleg green screen you can imagine, but it works. And you know how
Yeah.
they say, if it looks stupid, but it works, it ain't stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
photos
and
only.
it actually doesn't even look stupid, so it's perfect.
Yep.
Howdy
Awesome.
ho, homies.
Indeed.
Hey.
Oh.
Evening.
Fuck this
So you
left.
can hear us
Hey.
now. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
Hey, Taryn.
I'm all over the place.
Yay, I finally got Stan and Taryn in the room together. Let's go. I
Yeah!
Finally.
Achievement
And
unlocked.
that's a lot of people.
I'm so happy.
Awesome. All right. All right, so everybody's in here. What is going on, chat? What's going on, everybody? It is T minus... Well, I guess you don't count the 20th, right? So would we call it 2 days? You wouldn't count a day waiting as a day that you're playing, so...
Depends
And
how long
loading.
that download takes.
Oh,
Yeah.
word.
Also, depends on the exact time of release, I guess.
I do think it's gonna be 1800 CT, so like an hour ago in 3 days.
Yeah, I think so too. It's the time they usually post announcements.
Yeah, every day they've done exactly 1800. The day 5, day 6, day 7.
Yeah. 7 p.m. for sure, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, never underestimate the download restrictions once everybody's trying to download it at once and everyone gets throttled.
That's what I'm worried about. That's why I
I'm
just hope
that-
that some of the streamers and like YouTubers and we just get a copy like an hour early. Like don't even an early copy, but like an hour early. Like
Dude, right? Just can I download it a few hours earlier? That's all. Like
Yeah.
like even if you don't even somehow let me play it, just can I download it?
Yeah, like,
please?
just
let me.
mock
I
it.
swear.
but let us preload.
Let me have it ready. Like the 5-minute video I uploaded the other day, my internet crapped out and it took an hour and a half. And I'm like, if this happens at launch,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh, man.
That's
I'm really concerned
not good.
because I'm still waiting for my Ultimate Edition to show up. And
same.
Yeah, me
the
too.
mail says it should be here tomorrow. So I can even start maybe... I don't know if I will film an unboxing before, if I will wait to my release celebration stream for that. But hey, I just want to have it. I just want to have it in time. And that will be
Same,
so...
I do.
I
I need that
understand that
map.
feeling. Yep.
I need the map. I have plans for the map.
I
need to
saw
use
you
it.
make that. I think you made a comment in one of the videos, Lennox, and I thought that was really cool because you were saying you were going to try and basically skip out on the PDA map and just go by paper for like.
Yeah. And I will draw some maps. Using
Oh,
that map.
that's cool.
Wow.
He's taking the Ultima method, man,
Yeah.
old school.
I mean, I'm not gonna make it hardcore in the way where if you die you delete your character. No, that's not it. Just make it hardcore in a different way.
I'm
Going
sure we'll
on
get
with
around
maps,
to
yeah,
that though.
That's cool.
At some
Trying to
point.
stalker land nav through the map. That sounds cool as hell.
Yeah,
The
we'll see
map
how
is it's
possible.
the only thing that I'm waiting now. Map is my personal thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to. That map is fucking
Yeah.
huge too.
Yep.
I wanna hang
I saw the entire map when I was in Prague. So guys, you will need weeks to get through this entire map. It's insane. It's so
Oh.
huge.
That's awesome.
Yes. I just what makes me so excited because there's a lot of games that have big maps, of course, but the idea that they can keep that rich narrative, lore, and everything packed throughout such a big place is really really exciting because that means you got plenty to chew on.
Yeah, I personally think map
Yeah.
size doesn't mean much if it's empty. So
Yeah.
let's hope it's
Yeah.
not.
That
We
is
know
so
it's
true.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. Come on.
At least the
But-
the lower zone, Zalicia and the area around it. That place was packed with stuff to see, like the crash helicopter, the beating hard anomaly. I don't even know how it's called, but I love this one.
Yep.
Like it's just packed with stuff, and even the village itself has so much detail. It's not just like, you know, generic crossroads with a few houses, but also stuff like puddles, broken cars,
Yeah, the details
debris
were
on the
insane.
road. Yeah.
And see at Anomalies in the start. It's Poppy Field, Rips, and another
Yes.
one with cows.
Oh, is that early on? I guess so.
The poppy field is in the first area, in the
Yeah.
lesser zone.
It's the rest of zone, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the first quests that you can actually take.
Interesting.
It's a bit high of the Zalicia, at the
Yeah.
edge of the lesser zone.
Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't get there.
northwest of Zalicia, right?
I
Yeah.
didn't get there in
Yeah.
either version of the demo, so
I don't think that you could go there in.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
just-
beyond Zalicia from your starting point in the demo. It was like behind Zalicia, so you couldn't
Yeah.
really get there.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like,
The
I only
first-
saw it because I got to play like what the press people got to play in Prague. So
Okay.
I had a little bit more free roaming, but of course, stupid me, I spent a lot of time just, you know, looking at, oh, this railing looks so cool. Just look at the
Yeah.
rust on it. Look at the details on the moss. And I completely missed out on a lot of stuff.
You have to though.
You
when
keep skipping
me and Tommy
subs.
when me and Tommy were at PAX, that was literally, I got pushed along in my first playthrough because I was like, every building, anything you could see, I was like, can I climb here? Can I access this? I'm like, let me see. And I would waste a ridiculous amount of time just being like, can I get in this attic? And like half the time there'd be nothing in there with the demo, but it took all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time to do it, and they're just like, yo,
Oh my
like,
god.
move on.
So I am the only guy who would not play demo. Yes.
Hold on. Let me adjust the sound alerts real quick. Dude,
Probably, but
they're just
Terran-
bombing us
Yeah.
with subs. I'm like, this is bad.
But
All right.
hey, Terran, like I saw the video from PAX, and I laughed my ass off when I saw you just screaming when you spotted Stalker.
Me and Tommy both, we freaking screamed and scared
Dude!
like the entire crowd. The whole
Nice.
crowd was just like, what the hell? Just...
We
Like,
were right on
sorry.
top of it. Like I
Well,
turned my
because they were
head and it
in
just
aim, yeah.
immediately in front of me. I was like, oh shit.
We're tunnel vision going straight, and they were like at an angle, like completely like if we like 180'd and then some around. So we had to like just kind of glance. It was like, holy crap, it's right next to us, and we didn't realize until it was.
To be fair, Terran is the one that squealed. I was like, oh shit, and Terran was like, "Argh!" It was like the loudest pterodactyl noise. Everybody turned. It
Nice.
was like record scratch, and like everybody did the slow turn and stared at us, and we were just
Oh,
like,
shit.
oops, hi.
You're like, you don't know how far we've come to be here, man.
Pilgrimage.
You're breathtaking,
I
Tommy.
mean, how many hours did you have to fly, Terran, to get there?
Oh, no, it's not much. It was, well, now I forgot, but I think maybe 3-ish or so. I think,
Sure.
yeah, it's like wasn't like too far of a flight. It was like maybe 3 hours. Way further for Tommy because he had to go literally from coast to coast.
Dude, my ears were exploding on those flights. It was so
Yeah.
painful.
Did you ever feel better on the last one? Did those meds help at all, or were you just like done once you got
No.
home too?
I was
No,
just
that sucks.
suffering, but I was so happy at the same time. It was so weird. I was like, my body's dying, but my brain is ecstatic. I just kept like
Yeah.
replaying all my time with
Just
the
on the
demo in my
plane,
head.
just
Yeah. I knew it was going to be bad. I was like, you know, the weight was rough, but like when you have it in your hands and then they take it away from you again, you're like, oh shit, yeah, time is about to go into slow motion for a little
A
while
while.
longer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That is so true. I was just happy they let us play it again though. That was awesome being able to at least like live in it a little longer.
Yeah, that 30-minute time cap, man, that's kind
Yeah.
of brutal.
Thank God it was 30 minutes. The first demo I played 13 minutes. And that was already
13?
Yeah.
gone.
Oof.
Like
You had no time
the-
to really get into it.
That's
Not enough.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that type of game that you really need to allow yourself to kind of get like immersed and soaked into it.
Yeah.
So any distractions can really make it harder for you to be completely dedicated to that moment.
Like a crash.
Yeah, those have a charm. Those are fun. But yours unfortunately had a timer, so that's not so fun.
Oh,
Yep.
Dude.
The minute the game
Unlucky.
crashes, it's like you're gonna pause that timer, right? Why? I don't see you pausing that timer.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't mind crashes, but that much.
It's like slowly going to the desktop shortcut. You're like, hurry up. Vadi, what is this? I was gonna ask you, what is the other flavor? This is Zivchik, and then I know mono is like the mono bank or whatever with the cat, but like, what does mono bank flavor taste like? Like, what's the?
Give me a second. I'm
Ta extractum valeriani. I probably butchered that last part there. Let's look. I'm gonna crack this open. There's nothing better than
It's variegated. It's like a full calming cuts.
It's a what? Of a what?
Give me a second.
Terran's like, she already knows I misheard that. All right, hold on.
Yep.
I need to check.
Oh, that's a good crack right there.
Tommy is checking the practical way.
That works.
Valerian. It's like for calming people.
Dude, this tastes like the energy drink version of like apple Zivchik.
Nice.
Oh damn! Now I don't know if I like this more than Zivchik or Zivchik more than this. That's a tough one. All right, I if this podcast has any public pull, then I want to just use it right now to say, can we please get Ukrainian drinks in America? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, make it happen, dude.
Zivchik expansion. Yes.
Yeah, I need Amazon links to this stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Can we please get Ukrainian candy in Europe? Like in West Europe?
Yeah, let's go, dude.
Ooh, I want to try Ukrainian candy.
Yeah, candy. Like the last time I ordered a bow from Ukraine for LARP and stuff, I actually asked them if they could just like put some candy into the package.
Oh,
and they did. They actually did.
That LARP event that you went to recently looked really badass, man. And there's that one guy from the Facebook 100 Rads bar. I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but he does the bandit memes and stuff. He's
Yerin.
Yeah,
Yerin the Forest Stalker.
Yeah, he's a classic character in the community, man. He's awesome. Where do you guys do those events at? Are they like an annual thing?
Man, like this was actually not just a LARP event, but we were put together to film a commercial for Czech electronics store that also sells PC parts and games and stuff like that. Smarty is the name, and they can ask me if I want to take part in that, and I said, yeah, when? And they were like, yeah, in 1 week. I'm like, oh, cool. I have to make sure I get like a day of work to travel, so I traveled down to Czech Republic, spent one night in an Airbnb, and we did the filming stuff, and the next day I returned back home. 12 hours train ride each.
My gosh, that is long travel. 12 hours.
But I got to meet like a lot of people that I wanted to meet for such a long time. Yerin the Forest Stalker, for example, and his brother. Vojta, the guy who does all the Czech Stalker LARPs, is a real legend. And then a few other characters that I have not seen in person yet, but that I like knew from Instagram.
Nice.
So it was so cool because like you go there and you know like 3 or 4 people. Everybody knows kind of you, and the product, the commercial is so cool. Like they did such a great job.
Do we get to see it?
Yeah, it's already released. I can post the link in the chat.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Look for it.
Cool.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool. Like they did a great job. It was pretty cold, but we had like amazing big campfires, and that was so great because after filming we were just chilling at this huge campfire. One guy was like playing on the guitar, everyone was chatting, sharing their experiences from the games. It was like a peak Stalker moment for me. I never felt this close to the game.
Complete real life Stalker campfire moment. That's so awesome. I told Tommy, I think I had a dream that like I went over towards Tommy's and like you were there and Anomalies and a bunch of other people, pretty much like the whole crew was there, and we were all going to do like our own content creator LARP. And then I woke up and I was like bummed. I was like, like I want this to happen.
Oh,
we should make that like an annual.
We gotta go
event.
to Prague.
Dude,
we gotta go to Prague
cool.
together.
Yeah.
GSC, invite us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Man, Taryn, I would love to see you in your loner cosplay with an echo detector running through an anomaly field.
You'll need to give me an echo detector, but I seriously I can't tell you how much like I want to be the photographer though. Like when we meet, like I want to be the photographer for you and do some shots. It'd be so cool.
I just had
But
an
you gotta be on
idea.
screen with us as well. You can't just hide behind the camera.
I'm
That's not how it
better
works.
behind the camera.
So imagine this: we all go to Prague.
Yeah.
GSC are the
Here
judges,
we go.
and we recreate arena combat with like airsoft, and
Oh
make
my
it a
God!
tournament. Wouldn't that be sick?
Yes.
I haven't done airsoft yet, so yeah.
Or if we
That'd
want to
be
be real
Paintball.
hardcore stalkers, you know, if we want to live up to the hardcore hype, then we do
I could-
paintball.
Yeah, I
I
was
could
gonna say
take
do
this one
paintball.
probably. Oh, the Gauss rifle.
Is
Yeah.
it?
I do not
Is
want to
it
get
actually
hit
a-
by a paintball Gauss rifle. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say it right now.
Does it
Oh
shoot
my
anything?
god.
Dude,
Nah,
imagine if you
it-
got Rick
it
to make
could
the noise every time
probably.
it shot too.
Yeah.
You just hear it. Ah.
Wait, Lenny, what'd you say? You said, does it shoot? Yeah, I think he's got it working, man. He's got a
I mean,
contract
the
with the
base-
DOJ.
The base is like a G36, like in the games.
Yeah.
The green screen just completely messes with this one right now, so I just put it away.
How,
Nobody can do it now.
how long did it take you to make that?
It was actually a 1 weeker before Gamescom.
Wow.
Seriously?
Wow.
Wow.
It was like really a 1 weeker, and this thing here was actually a 1 day, 2 days project.
You made a
1 day for
bear in a
printing.
day?
Yeah, this thing I painted.
Or
I
Echo? Or,
printed, I
Echo,
printed
yeah.
everything
Echo.
within 1 day. The second day I painted it, and when no, it doesn't smell me. But when I went to Prague with this thing, it still smelled
Like-
awful like paint.
Impressive.
Like
Yellow paint.
It looks so good though.
Yellow paint.
It definitely works.
I
the
wouldn't
best
have
thing
been
is
able to
actually
see
the
it otherwise.
just the small details, like the oh my god, green screen, come on, like the chipped paint and stuff like
I
that.
was just gonna say, just even like the paint, like the detail, like it looks completely legit.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yellow
I
paint
want it.
mentioned chat.
Yellow paint, yeah, you
Devolves.
can
Oh,
use it.
shit.
You can use
Okay.
it.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Oh man.
Shit, we'll talk about it now. Thank God it was confirmed that you can toggle that. Thank
Yeah.
God Absolute Cinema
Yeah.
GSC answered our prayers, man. That deserves all the praise and respect. They listened to the feedback. Hell yeah, let's
Yes.
go,
Yes.
dude. Let's go.
Massive respect to that. Just doing that.
Yeah, removing that from the get-go for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you should be able to customize the game as much as you want, especially when it comes to stuff like the HUD or the danger sense and stuff.
No, HUD's
Yeah.
gotta be like when we saw
HUD.
it in one of the recent trailers, like the mass amount of blood cover, like it was very like. I assume they would let you turn like some of that off, kind of like in the mods that you can turn off if you have like any of the HUDs that give you like the
Mhm.
visual impairments and things like that. Just because that was the one thing that I thought like the bleed effect looked a little heavy for like
Mm.
covering your whole vision. Like to me, it looked
I-
like it looked a lot like because like I guess in my mind like in immersion like unless you have blood running down your face like your whole vision's not going to be super bloody. So like when your whole screen goes that way, it looks kind of weird to me.
Fair. I mean, in the original games, it's kind of like that. It's just lower resolution, right? You kind of have blood all over your screen.
Fair.
But
Maybe it's just it's
No.
that sweet higher graphics higher graphics blood.
I do think we can. It's safe to assume that in 2024, a AAA game is going to have customizable HUD, right? It's a very simple
No,
thing
that's
to
what I
add.
assumed. Yeah.
It's just a question of
it's-
like how deep it is, where it's like, can you
Mm.
change like the opacity and individual elements and so on and so forth? Because like games like Halo Infinite, I recall giving you a little bit more flexibility because they know that's culturally important to the players to have that
Yep.
that tailored experience, and I think that crosses over in a Stalker a lot as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're definitely going to focus on that. And from everything that they've described, even down to the paint toggle, shows
Yeah.
that it's definitely there. They're paying attention to
Yep.
that. Thank God. Awesome. But I mean, you know what's funny? Like, and we like to tease about the paint, but you know who the paint's made for? Like my mom. Like you guys saw
I
how
know.
I taught her how to
Yeah.
play Stalker. So if you have someone who's not like a hardcore gamer or a hardcore Stalker player, and you're trying to get them into exploring these stories and the world and the experiences, it's
All
nice.
for it.
It's actually nice to have those aids. They do have their place.
I support it. I fully support the yellow paint.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it. Accessibility is an issue in gaming. If you make a game more accessible, it helps.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Definitely.
They're
you
like
just
bicycle
kind of-
training wheels. You know, you use
Yeah.
them to get a feel and get your bearings, and then when you feel like you've got the skills and the knowledge of how everything works, then you take the training wheels off.
Yeah, exactly. When you know
Yeah.
what to look for, and you're like, okay, I know that these are the objects that I need to find, and these are the things of interest, and your eye just gets trained for it.
Yeah.
And we just, at some point you just tend to get a little bit of, I would say, experience blind, because if you're an experienced gamer, you just kind of forget that there are people that are maybe playing shooters for the first time, or just don't have the time to be like really good at shooters. So for me, it's all the stuff is useless. I don't need a danger sense. I don't need like a HUD that tells me where I have to go. I can open the PDA and look into it in a safe space. But for other people, that's probably pretty important. And if this gets other people to play the game, that's cool. I'll never gatekeep anyone who says he wants to play the game on low difficulty because he wants to, just experience the atmosphere and story.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's your take.
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agree,
absolutely.
100%.
Within Stalker too, like I'm sure all of you know somebody, but like I have plenty of people I've tried to get into Stalker and just have them play vanilla, and they go maybe to the first mission, get lit up, and then can't seem to get past it, or like can't get further just because they're playing like kind of COD style or something like that, and they just don't know how to utilize like their environment a bit. I can't tell you how many people I've had like quit the Stalker just because they're like, oh, it's too hard, like I can't get past like the first missions. Of course, to us, we're just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you like? What do you? So, but like, it makes sense that GSC, their whole goal is, they didn't work this hard on this game to just hit our community. It would be
Right.
It wouldn't work if they just hit our community. It would be most likely considered a flop at that point because our community is so small and niche. They have to expand to a wider audience in order for this to be successful. So it's like you have to be able to as Stan was saying, it's like you have to make it to where it can be entry for other people to get into it and get their feet wet until they feel confident to take it to the next level again, or just enough not to intimidate people just to quit immediately. You don't want people to automatically just drop the game.
The original games, when you start them, they would have like the white tooltips that would come up on the screen to try and explain different functions to you. It's kind of funny though, because they only come up on the screen for like 10 seconds, if that.
And they miss it.
Yeah, if you miss it, good luck, because like you're trying to teach the player, right? So they probably don't even know to go into their PDA to read their log to see what they missed. Like that's already kind of asking too much. So yeah, it's what is Stalker 2? You're building a really hardcore experience, which by its nature, hardcore is going to be more niche, but then you're trying to make it accessible to more people. So yeah, you have to have a little bit of column A and column B. If you just make a masterpiece, but it's like a private club that only so many people, if to get in, that's not gonna be like a viable long-term product. Yeah.
We won't be seeing them much more if that was what they did.
And also Stalker is a game that just stands out. I mean, also from a gameplay perspective, if you compare it to games like COD or Medal of Honor, Counter-Strike, all those games are quite, I would say, as an archetype, quite similar. If you know how to play COD, you know how to play Fortnite, you know how to play Counter-Strike. Stalker isn't working that way, for example, especially because A-Live, but also because, just one example is cover. In Stalker games, cover is so essential when you play on Master or Veteran difficulty. If you don't use cover, you will get your ass beaten all the time.
Yeah, zero chance.
Yeah, Clear Sky experience.
Yeah. Clear Sky has the grenade spam.
Oh my god.
So you have to switch cover all the time.
Yeah, you have to run around.
It's nice that the grenade throwing seems like it's going to be back in a big way for S2 from like that one Gamescom footage. It seems like they'll flush you out. They're not really shy about throwing their grenades, but they kind of choreograph the grenade throws a little bit more. Yeah, it's exactly.
It's more fair, more audible, and it seems to be very well animated. Like you see them really like pull it out like that. It's just good animation, everything.
That prologue section is nighttime, and I remember even when I was playing and they threw the grenade at me, I could see the little black grenade on the ground. Like they did a really good job of making it so that visual elements are noticeable if you're paying attention for them, even when you're in a really low light area. It's the middle of nighttime. You don't want things to be like glowing just to let you know, like, oh hey, or press RB to throw the grenade back, like, you know what I mean, like where it really goes out of its way to choreograph itself to you. Like you hear that ka-thunk when it hits the ground, you're like shit, and then it's move.
Very audible too.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you just have to, rely on your headphones. Like Stalker is a game you really have to, definitely, because they announce that they will throw grenades, like Andu Tibia Granata, and also you hear the grenades fall on the ground. Like, I got my ass beaten the first time I had to go through this perimeter bandit section in the night, they kicked me pretty bad. After that, I kind of adjusted to it. So when I played it on the second time in Prague, they didn't kill me because I know how to kind of outplay them. But you can tell that the AI is actually trying to outplay you, flank you. They just
Definitely.
don't like stand around and wait for you to come out. They are really engaging you in combat.
I agree. There were like about 4 boulders, and they were never in the same spot. Those
Yeah.
boulders were like they were. I had to peek from many sides, and they were just moving all over the place.
And they always try to flank you. They always try
Yep.
to get a position that they can shoot you out of cover. Like,
Yep.
They're fast. They don't take
Yeah.
time either. Like in mine, like that one fight, literally I hid behind there and I think I forgot to reload. So in the time it took me to reload and get my crap
Oh,
together, they were
no.
already like at my side and I'm like,
Yep.
I'm gonna die in this mission. It's gonna suck.
Yep.
But they're quick. It's
They
awesome
were-
though. I
They
love
were very
that
generous
UI.
with the checkpoints, at least. If you
Yeah.
died in demo, you gotta have very generous checkpoint.
Yeah.
Nice, I guess.
Autosaves are really a nice quality of
Yes.
life improvement, honestly.
Autosaves, I'm a fan. There's as
Mhm.
many as you can. Honestly, spamming F5 is never fun.
Yeah, I mean, we all remember that kind of stalker playthrough when we went through Agroprom or some dangerous area just to get killed by a stupid mistake and realize we have to go all the way back because we didn't save.
Yeah, you just forgot
Yeah.
to click a button. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you quick save in a dangerous spot that you didn't realize was dangerous. So every time you
Oh,
quick load, like a bandit just shoots
Oh,
you in
yeah.
the back of the head
Or
that
you
you
quick-
didn't know was there.
or you
It's safe
quick
an
save.
anomaly.
Yeah, or you quick
Yeah.
save right after loading into a next map and thus corrupt your previous save.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
good old classic stalker bug.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
pretty
Just break
sure
your save game.
I'm pretty sure S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 will have several quick saves. I think they responded to a question like this in
Yeah.
Ask GSC, but
Yes.
they didn't specify how many quick saves there will be.
You mean like
Maybe
every time you
5?
quick save, it's like a different save, like slot or
Yeah.
or save
Like, it's
instance?
like-
Normally how you
That's
have like 1,
useful.
2, 3, 4, 5. Like it will have
Yeah.
like 5 quick saves. Or I
Oh.
think you can change
That
it.
is useful.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because like with like that one, like and you might be able to change the settings. I can't remember, but it gives you 5 different quick saves before it starts recycling your quick saves again.
Yes.
So you can at least hit them a good chunk of times and still have other ones to go back to.
That's a nice feature. I can't remember what game
Oh,
it
I
was
like it a lot.
exactly, but I think there's like 2 games that did that where it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then overwrite number 1 and go back through the rest of them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
pretty cool.
definitely played a Stalker mod
like
that has that. At the very least.
Huh?
There's a mod for Stalker that has it. Was either an old mod or it was the recent ones, the OGSR engine ones, or
I think you're
the,
right.
the re-engine ones have it. OGSE engine.
Yeah, there's definitely a mod that had it.
It's the only one I can think of is it was in Anomaly when I was messing with it, but I can't think of any others.
True that.
So, not sure.
So what's everybody's plans for the release and for making content afterwards? Like I know obviously the game's going to come out and it's everybody's just going to want to get like through their first playthrough, like just experience the game. There's so much like I don't even want to say pressure, but there's like a pressure, right? Where
There's
you want to like
pressure.
there's pressure. But at the same time, this is that golden time, right? This is just the time to experience and enjoy the game for everything that it is.
Yeah.
The time of opportunities.
Yeah, there it is.
Opportunities.
Yeah.
Solid.
Nice trader
Yes.
reference. Honestly, I guess I'll go first. If I'm gonna probably do a 24-hour stream just for Stalker 2, but the problem is like hyping it up, so streaming like 6 hours before the game is out. You know, going live a bit earlier, maybe a few hours earlier, and then well, if you don't get preload, I have to go live for like 6 hours, and I have to download the game for 3 hours, and then I have to
Yeah.
play. Afterwards, I have to play for like, 15 hours. I hope
That's
I'll survive that. 'cause, like downloading the game is not very hype. You have to like hype it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's about it. Honestly.
Have a bunch of non-stops
Yep.
at the ready.
I wish.
Lennox, how long are you gonna wait to mod the game?
Long. Honestly, I'll probably wait a bit. Beat the game twice before I mod it. Like try to beat the game first time like super chill. Second time, maybe do like a speedrun, and then maybe the third time like put something in.
Good answer. Good
Something like that.
answer. Respect. Taryn, how about you?
Well,
I'll translate for that. She regrets not getting the 4070 Ti Stalker 2 edition.
I don't know. So I might not be home for launch, so I just don't know anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just. I'm not sure. I'm really scattered, so I have no idea.
Oh,
I think yeah, I don't think I'll be home, so I'm not really sure.
oh no.
That's rough.
I know.
So.
Oh God, I feel
Yeah.
so bad for you right now.
I
That's
know.
a-
I
that's-
don't. Yeah, it's not.
Well,
We're not
okay, if
even
you're not
going,
home,
we're not going there.
if you're not home, I would recommend getting like a mobile desktop app where you can log in from your phone to your desktop and downloading
Oh.
Stalker 2 from your phone.
That's a really good idea. That's actually a really
Yeah.
good recommendation. Yeah, at least get the game loaded.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see.
if you want to bother.
No, yeah, it just-
Parsec, I think is my buddy at work uses that when he needs to access his home PC. But yeah, you're right. You could use it on like your phone or anything else, and basically just have like remote access to your whole environment. So that'll at
Yeah.
least save you a couple hours. So you get home, you
Yeah,
can just
true.
hop right on
I
there.
know exactly. Yeah.
Could
so
be relaxing in a way.
Yeah. So the goal will be obviously just to do a playthrough. I haven't decided yet to do like. Part of me wants to do a blind playthrough because it's always fun when you have no idea what to expect. But the other part is like when I experience like and play like in the zone and stuff like that, or when I experience anything, I am more involved in the environment. Like if I'm like quiet, I guess, you know what I mean? Like I'm more like focused, I guess. And like when you try and commentate, like it's hard for me to feel as immersed, you know? So part
Yeah.
of me like super wants to have like the immersion experience of just like going through it just completely by myself. But then the other part's like, but that will take time. So the other part's like, just do a blind playthrough, but I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
I understand. I get
Yeah.
that feeling.
Right, yeah. It's just like you
As-
want to experience the zone alone, like especially as a loner. You want to experience the zone alone by yourself, just like completely like get as immersed as possible, just because that's like what it's all about is just feeling like that amazing free feeling in the zone, you know? Just like it's amazing. But
It's
yeah.
especially-
you don't want to break that fourth wall. You want to like be completely in your immersive role play.
Yeah, like I want to be like in my own world, you know, but at the same time I'm just like, oh, blind playthroughs are so fun though too because you really are just like the dumbest of the dumbest. Particularly me, like I pick up on things extremely slow. Like I'm like, what was that game? What was that other game we played at PAX and I couldn't even figure out how to use the weapon and it crashed?
Oh, Kingdom
It was the
Come
one that
Deliverance 2.
Yes,
Oh,
I
no.
couldn't.
To
oh
be
my
fair,
God.
that was a jank fucking experience. They had like mid-tier PC. That was an
Oh, man.
experience.
Oh.
I died so many times it crashed and then I was just like, I'm walking away. I can't. Just like can't even.
No.
I can't kill one person.
It's gonna be a great game though. But
Yeah.
It does look like an awesome game, but yeah, that was a rough
Yeah.
example of it. Oof.
Yeah.
But Starion, how are you feeling, brother?
Excited and afraid. I have to be honest, a few days ago I actually panicked a little bit and decided to buy an upgrade for my PC. Because when I
My
played
man.
Anomaly, like pumped up with all mods and stuff, and I was recording with OBS, I just realized that my PC at some point would cause trouble, and I thought, man, I don't want to risk it. So, like, last week I ordered some new stuff, like new graphics card and a new power supply, so that I can be ready for the release. Because when
Oh, yeah.
Stalker 2 releases and when we finally make it through the perimeter into the zone, I'll be making a release stream. I will start in European time at 3 p.m. here. We'll do an unboxing, if the German mail doesn't screw me over, an unboxing of the Stalker Unlimited edition. Check out the loot that we got inside, boot up the game, do a giveaway of some amazing loot that I have stored for this exact occasion, and
Nice.
then just keep playing until we fall apart. I took a few days off work for that, so I don't have to go to work from Wednesday, and I'll be just playing and live streaming Stalker on YouTube probably all the time.
Heck yeah.
It is
Hell
that
yeah.
simple. That's the plan. And
Did
giving
you-
away cool Stalker stuff. Yeah.
awesome. Did you decide to upgrade after you saw the new specs, or just when you played the normal mod? Like
No, like the upgrade is not related to the game itself, but it's actually
Okay.
related to me recording in Anomaly, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm a little bit too lazy and I decide, hey, I could just like let OBS run, use the green screen, and have Anomaly open in the background so I can like blend into the Stalker scenery. I have all the audio from the game. I have the pictures from the game. But sometimes, like, I notice that my PC is not able to keep up with that anymore, and it was
Sure.
quite rare, but stuttering made me nervous, and I decided, okay, like, if Anomalies already causing trouble, maybe I need to step up and
Staring,
increase my game.
what card did you get?
I used to have a 360 Titan,
Mhm.
which is a perfect, but the combination of Anomaly pumped up with extreme graphics and OBS recording and NVIDIA broadcast green screen is just
Oh,
too
yeah.
much for my PC. Like, and, like, I love NVIDIA broadcast green screen. It's cool. Like, I'm using it right now. It does a great job. But it
It's
eats so
heavy.
much resources. Yeah,
It's very heavy.
insane, and it's really insane. So now I'm upgrading to RTX 4080 Super.
Ooh, killing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like 200 euros difference to the 4070 Titan, and like I just want to get rid of that. Like I just want to, get over with it and don't upgrade for the next few years.
Nice.
I still feel guilty. Like I'm from a blue collar worker family, so whenever I spend money for something that is more than 1,000 euros, I feel really guilty about that.
Understandable. Man.
Even though I'm not like
Yes.
broke anymore, like I have quite a decent job and stuff, but I just
You're-
can't get out of this mindset. I'm
You're
still that,
frugal.
I'm still that poor loner with the son of shotgun and the lemon jacket. I can't afford the NATO guns. I have to stick with the trash guns.
Disregard Gauss rifle. Return to double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of just that time and age now where nobody really feels good when they do a PC purchase for parts just because they're so grossly expensive.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
we all want to
it's
wait a
insane.
year, right? Everyone wants to wait a year or two for the new card line to show up, but
Yeah,
it's too long.
It's always like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you wait for a good deal, then you're buying the card later in the life cycle. Then they're going to come out with something, another 6 months from then or something like that. It is what it is. I think it's easy to get caught up in like the rat race for hardware. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you just build whatever you build for what your purposes are. Like a lot of us are content creators, so we kind of need hardware that lines up with that, which typically tends to bend a little bit higher up the curve. But like for me, if it can play S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 maxed out, that's all I need. I'll be happy to upgrade later to get better performance, but I'm not going to kill myself to do it if the hardware that I've got now is perfectly sufficeable. I know a lot of people that are going to be running 3060 Ti's for the game, and that's a great card. It is a great card, but that's the only thing with NVIDIA cards is when you are I can't remember exactly what they call it, but there's like the sections of the card, like when you're doing the green screen with broadcast, that get used, and those same pieces get used when you're using OBS because it uses like the NVENC encoder and stuff, and so when that gets saturated, then it gets slammed. So it's like you said, it's not even like the game performance, it's all of the auxiliary functions of the NVIDIA card that just get completely saturated with that demand. But Dan, it does look good. I'm looking at your green screen right now and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Looks damn good.
But okay, like should I break the magic for you guys for a moment? I'll break the magic just here on stream, just because T-Lab is in chat right now, my Prague burger legend. Oh wait, this is the wrong one.
I thought he was gonna disable it, and he was just still in the zone. Like plot twist, he's just still there for real.
It's like ominous.
Like I have a green screen back here.
Oh, it's shadows.
Wow, it's really like dark.
Cheap.
Yeah,
it's like dark and it still works. Impressive.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
I just
Very
have one
impressive.
large key light here, but this is just like fabric, and it hangs on 2 wooden broomsticks that I've like put together, so it's somewhat under tension. But yeah, that's the stuff I work with. My room is probably 8 square meters that I'm using right now for recording and gameplay stuff, so not much room to work with. But I made the best out of it.
You really did. No, you've done a great job.
Amazing.
I think I'm about to reinstall broadcast and give it another go, even if it's a little bit heavier. I mean, damn, that's because usually the lighting is the trickiest part of that.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's coming through so well with it being that dark.
Oh, that makes it
That's
immersive. It really looks like the lighting is online with the bunker, though.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
What do you mean it looks like? I am here.
Okay.
He is in the
Right.
bunker.
Jupiter.
Okay.
All
Anomalous.
you need
Yeah,
is
what are you-
to.
Oh.
Yeah, all you need is for Herman to pop up sometimes behind you, and
Yes.
Yeah,
the
animated
immersion would be
background.
perfect.
Possible.
Nah,
Probably.
he's texting me on my PDA from time to time.
Hey, there it is.
Sick.
By the way, but what are you rocking, Tommy, as a graphics card?
You know, I'm on a 4080, and then I just have precision. Not precision X. What am I saying? Afterburner. I just have like a small overclock loaded up for it. I was using Alan Wake 2 to really test what the limits of it were, and once I had that profile set up, I'm like, okay, then I can squeeze this card for everything she's got for Stalker 2. So that's how I'm going to tackle it. And then I've got the 13700K processor. The Nvidia performance charts that they showed looked really good, especially if you've got an Nvidia card, just because like I know a lot of people will say like, oh, frame generation's fake, and you know the frames aren't real, this, that, and the other. Frame gen has gotten a lot better in newer titles, I've noticed, than it used to be. Like Silent Hill 2 remake, for example, it works really good in that, especially if you don't have quite a 60 FPS like baseline. Because the thing about frame gen where it really shines is if you can get a decent frame rate to begin with, then it really shines, because you have decent input latency plus all the extra frames. And if it's a game that supports like NVIDIA reflex for low latency, then I've seen a lot of charts that show where you can have frame gen and the low latency mode with reflex turned on and get better input latency than you would if you didn't have any of those technologies enabled. So
Well,
I think that what they showed off looked really good. The only thing that I noticed right away, and I was not surprised at all, because we're talking about an A-Life Stalker game here, was that it's clearly CPU bottlenecked. Especially if you look at the 4K charts, the 4080 and the 4090 are 1.2 frames per second from each other. So yeah, they both hit a CPU wall of some kind.
You're right.
That's what
it's
I'm
a big
very
open
curious.
map with hundreds of stalkers moving around. I can imagine.
Exactly. You're getting overhead that you're just not getting from other games. So when I saw that, I was like, cool. Okay. Like they haven't forgot all the systems that make the game what it is, and they are going to be heavy. I don't think there's really any way around that completely.
It could be really good news, actually. For some people, maybe not, but for us, it might be great news. This.
Yeah.
So they're not willing to compromise on the experience. They're not going
exactly.
Like if there's anything we've seen that we can be confident in, is that GSC is not compromising on the experience, the atmosphere. Like if it's going to make it better, it seems like that is what they're going to do, no matter what it takes.
Yeah, if there's a significant value to be gained, they will bend over backwards to implement it. If they really think it's critical for the experience, if it's not as priority, they'll still try to do it, but they're still operating within the bounds of realism, of course. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I think that people that have we'll call it like mid-range hardware, I just hope people calibrate their expectations, because it is kind of ridiculous when you see like the GTX 1060 gang coming out and being like, what the fuck, what do you mean it's not 144 FPS 4K maxed out on my 1060? It's like, what are you talking about? Like you're talking about games that are pushing like frontier software technologies, and you have hardware that's the same as it was a few years ago. Like that, it's static, it didn't change. Like when you buy a graphics card, you're getting a level of performance at that point in time, and that's kind of it. The older days of like massive optimizations bringing huge improvements on the same hardware that you were rocking a year or 2 years ago, like that's gone. Like it just isn't that day and age anymore. And not for nothing, but look at what we used to play growing up. Like those games, like they don't look anything like they do now. The low and medium settings of today look really good compared to the XXX maxed out settings of yesteryear. So it's one of those things where I keep seeing this rhetoric where people are like, if I'm not playing it at max, like then it's trash or then it's fucked. It's like, that's not how the real world works.
What do you mean
There's always
Stalker will be
graphics
laggy? I can
fuckboys.
play easily StarCraft on my PC right now.
Yeah.
How can still be lagging?
Pixel art. So let's go.
For
But, actually, I had a small discussion about Crysis and how Crysis in 2007 made a lot of people mad, right? In 2007, it looked
Mhm.
amazing. Crisis, and you had to have a beast PC. You just had to have a very good computer to run it. And I guess that's why
I
I
mean-
never really took off. But
I mean, even Shadow of Chernobyl, right? Tommy, you were there.
especially
How
Clear
was it?
Sky.
Yeah, when Shadow came out, I
Clear
remember
Sky,
I had to
Yeah.
run Shadow of Chernobyl. I think it was at like
Yeah.
1280 by 720 medium high settings for the time.
Ooh.
Trying to squeeze out 60, but really
Yeah.
actually getting 48 to like 56. I
But
mean,
I heard Clear
it was
Sky
rough.
even worse.
oh,
Like,
that was
there's- I
mean,
brutal.
Clear Sky looks great. It
Oh
looks amazing for its
my
time,
God.
but performance on the
Dude, I can't remember. I think I might have had like the 8800 GT or it was, I think, the card right before I had the 8800 GT, because I remember that card was crushing Crisis at 1080p. But I remember that rainy cabin intro in Clear Sky running at like no shit 14 frames per second, and I was like, oh, and I was excited. I was happy about that. I was like, I've never seen anything like this. Holy cow! Like I had just put this machine together not too long ago, and it was just crushed by Clear Sky. Like it was awesome.
Wow.
Games were not afraid back. Well, not even games. Just GSE wasn't afraid to try. How many other games had DirectX 10.1? Like none.
Yes, it's one of those games, but it's Windows Vista only on the release.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of
Yeah.
Windows.
What the hell?
Good times.
Oh. I mean, okay, I will say something, and people might disagree, but till this day, I think that the looks of Windows Vista were good. I liked the UI.
Agreed. Thank you for
Frutica,
saying that.
the
Windows
aesthetics
Arrow
of-
was cool.
Yeah, like
Mm.
XP was great, 98 was great, but I also think that Windows Vista had a pretty nice Aero, like Frutica Aqua Aero, I think it's called, UI, and I loved it.
I'm a UI
don't
horse, so I
feel-
agree. It
Yeah,
looked
I don't-
pretty
I don't
while it
feel
was
the,
giving me a blue screen.
10 UI. Yeah, like
For
Windows
XP.
Vista was a mess.
It was actually video drivers. There's like a bunch of articles that have come out since where they went back and we're trying to really figure out where the stability issues were. It was the graphics card vendors. They were like, it's something like 82% of the crash logs from back then were shown to be AMD and Nvidia's problem. It wasn't even Windows. I was like, oh wow. Put Microsoft in the corner, like everybody blames us.
it's
We're
sad.
just getting picked on. Oh, that's so unfair.
That's sad.
By the way, Clear Sky is very special because after release, Clear Sky sells this special edition with patch. So it's a usual standard edition disc and patch edition disc. I have one. It's a kind of new experience. It's a few editions with free patch and with patch included in this disc, this book.
Yeah,
So
Clear,
it's-
Clear Sky had the best collector edition
Yes.
variants.
Yeah.
It's like biggest promo campaign of the Clear Sky of all Stalkers of all.
Oh.
And Call of Pripyat is less.
I didn't
Call
know
of
that.
Pripyat is
Yeah, they
very,
toned
very,
it
very
out.
small amount of edition of Call of Pripyat.
Yeah. It's really difficult to get the collector's editions from the past games.
Yeah.
Especially the
Imagine.
foreign
Yeah.
ones. Like Poland has amazing collector's editions.
Poland,
Yeah.
very many and expensive.
everything.
I said no.
Yeah, they're
few.
really insane. In Germany, we have
It's brutal, man.
Bad Boys.
Thank God I got the Shadow of Chernobyl Polish edition when I did,
Yeah.
because I'm never getting the freaking Clear Sky Polish edition now. They want like
Yeah,
$2
this is-
grand for that shit.
This is the German Clear Sky.
Special edition.
Yeah.
The
that's-
metal
It looks
tin.
so cool.
The,
Wow.
yeah,
nice,
the
nice edition.
all of the German collector's editions have those nice metal tins, and I think this one has.
It's got a metal pin
book
inside. It's got the little
Yeah, the
little
pin, the book.
radiation pin, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
And I think Call of Pripyat even has a lighter.
Yes,
like a
it does.
Zippo.
Yeah, it's got a Zippo.
really? Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And Ukrainian Clear Sky have Vital too, collector's edition.
That Clear Sky one is actually harder to find than the Call of Pripyat one, believe it
Yes.
or not.
And SOC collector's edition is legendary.
Yeah.
Impossible to find now.
They only made 1,000 of the Poland edition for that one.
Yeah, but they are really cool.
Yes. All steel books is cool, even from the Bitcomposer games.
Mm.
All the
Definitely.
random variations and such. But when Stalker fans are like, oh man, I want like Stalker merch, there's not enough Stalker merch, it's like, well, you can go down a very schizo rabbit hole of collecting like various like region editions like the rest of us.
Yeah, I have a
Oh.
Canadian right here as well.
Australian
difficult.
edition,
Okay.
Taiwan edition is
Yeah.
very big amount.
But that was actually a topic at Gamescom that I had to discuss with people quite often. That people were asking, "Do you guys have merch? Where can I buy merch?" And I was like,
Oh, yeah, I
"No,
heard that.
we don't have merch. I'm sorry."
Not
But
yet.
I really hope that after release and when everything goes well, I'm quite sure it will, that GC Game World will pick up
Yep.
on merch
Yes.
and just
this
release
blows
some
up.
additional merch.
Collaborations. GPU is back now.
Yeah, collaborations
the-
are always nice.
For the long pause, the last GPU is released for Call of Pripyat. It's AMD HD P5720, as I remember.
The old one, yeah, I remember.
Just an FYI for chat, for anyone who is looking to get an upgrade.
From Asus. It's a long way collaboration. GC, Asus.
Yeah.
Mm.
I remember that.
Like,
That's awesome.
yeah, the old GPUs for the game of the Stalker releases. I know that I don't know how to properly pronounce his name. Tejas Stalker, Tejas Stalker.
Yeah, Tejas
yeah.
Stalker.
Tejas,
He's
Tejas,
OG.
this guy's
yeah.
a legend, and
He's
he
a
has,
legend.
Like, yeah, this guy is like a damn legend. He was there before all of us, and
he used
he
to
has
run
those things.
GSC's Facebook page
Yeah.
for a while.
Oh.
He's
was
super
the
famous
one
from
running
the
your Facebook
forums.
page I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
The
like,
OG
he's
forums.
one of, he's one of probably the most active stalkers I see.
Oh,
Like,
by the way,
consistently active all the time. Always Tejas.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you really want to have like a nice flashback to the old Stalker days, the old Stalker website is still up on the Internet Archive.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Not
I-
everything is working, but sometimes from time to time, I just like go onto the site just to enjoy the aesthetics and dwell in memories.
I'll have to go check
Download
that
those
out.
wallpapers in 4:3 aspect
I'll
ratio.
look up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I have so nostalgic not far ago. I tested SOC on this GPU of Asus. It's 8060. Yes, it's like launch SOC and feel these emotions from 2007.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can say how it's nice.
Yeah.
And I am
So
run
back in
Clear Sky
time.
on the max settings. Can have
It blows up.
5 FPS.
Holy shit.
It's the true stalker experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Insane.
Or saving an NPC for him just to get up, walk 5 meters, walk into the campfire and die.
Yes.
This Clear Sky base is just kill the GPU, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm surprised, right? They never made a Clear Sky GPU, and yet it's the graphical like powerhouse out of the whole trilogy.
It really is.
They made a Call of Pripyat like one, a shot at Chernobyl. I get sure. Clear Sky's like, am I a fucking joke to you? Like, I love how for years it was the redheaded stepchild of the
By
franchise.
the way,
It's never not the
they-
redheaded stepchild.
They made Clear Sky GPUs. It's from the Pavlko Phi GPUs.
Does
HD.
Does it have a artwork, like a custom artwork?
No, without artwork, only on box. Only custom box with S.T.A.L.K.E.R Clear Sky out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
With Clear Sky member. It's a popular out. It's main, I think, even.
Gotcha. Well, oh wait, we didn't get a chance to ask you, Vadi, as well as Anomalous, what your guys' launch plans are.
So, Anomalies, I think you
Uh,
first.
Okay, so it's a question I've thought about for a very, very long time. And I asked my subscribers what they think of this. And so if I was able to stream, I would have done it, but my internet connection doesn't allow for that. So instead, the thing is, a lot of people told me just continue to do what you are currently doing, which I guess mainly is lore videos, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not possible, at least not yet. And let me explain why. I think it's something that not a lot of people understand when they watch my videos, so I really want to make that clear and explain this. It's important for me. Basically, all my lore videos and my whole channel was made possible because I studied the Stalker games for a very long time before starting the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I explored the games for years, and thought about starting the channel for years before actually making it. And when I make a lore video, the process is very thorough. Let's take an example. If I want to make a video about a faction, I will usually replay all the parts from the 3 games that involves such this faction, right?
Wow.
I will replay all the encounters, all the main encounters, all the times I know where there are dialogues, important dialogues involving this faction. I will replay all of this to remind myself of what the true, like, vanilla output about this lore topic is.
Based.
To not be influenced by other things like mods or what I have in my mind, but that might have changed over time, right?
Yeah.
And this takes a lot of time, and I can do it quite fast because I know where I have to search for all of these elements. I already know, like, okay, that's where you encounter this character. There is this dialogue. I don't remember the exact dialogue, but I know where it is, so I know where to search for it. And I have hundreds and hundreds of saves everywhere at all the points in all 3 games.
Mark.
Dude, that's
But
sick.
with
Insane level
Stalker
of
2,
detail.
with Stalker 2, we are starting from 0. I
Yeah.
have none
Yeah.
of this. So I
Definitely.
can't, from the get-go, it's impossible to make such lore videos.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
won't be
And
as in-depth.
several
So-
endings. So
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
Well-
So
Hmm.
what I'm gonna do, I will make these videos eventually, but it will take some time. What I'm gonna do in the meantime is that I'm gonna play the games, well, not live, but I will do a playthrough in which I overanalyze everything I see.
Hell
And
yeah.
so that way,
That's
like,
good.
Nice.
instead of going dark, like studying the game by myself and then making these lore videos, I'm gonna share with everybody the process of me studying the game.
Absolute cinema, dude. Let's go. That's what I
Yeah.
like to hear. That
So-
sounds awesome.
idea.
speculation is awesome.
So
Fun.
that's the plan. Yeah, speculation, lore, but not just lore. I will also take a look at basically everything, the mechanics, compare with the previous games.
Yeah.
It will be a first for me because I will be commenting all of that, like my gameplay as I play, which
That's
is
so
not something
cool,
I
though. This is the
usually do.
first time that you're taking the audience with you on the
So-
On the
pre-production kind of aspect of how you do your homework and
Yeah.
gather the information.
I'll look behind
Yeah,
the curtain.
exactly.
That is
So-
cool.
That's the plan.
Nice.
That'll be really cool.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Vadi, my man, how are you feeling? I know that you are just as ridiculously on the edge of hype.
Yes. From now, it's a bit harder question because download the game is now becomes a big task. It's power outages, electricity. So I think I'm diving the game into like 2 or 3 days after release. I think at 23rd November. But it's I think it's still be very excited, very cool. And for the first playthrough, I think just for me because
Yep.
I'm not ready for streams, but in future I think streams be possible on the channel. And for the first time, I think I'm open PDA and watching on map like a few hours, and then
Yeah, the map analysis video is all yours. It's all yours.
Nice, man.
it's my ocean.
Oh man.
And I think maybe first video is like a comparisons of locations to my favorite topic, like how changed all locations through the time. It's like kind of 9 years has passed from the Call of Pripyat, and I think even Trapple changed in the last Skadovsk video. He become more like other guy, and Skull changed. All characters is very difficult from the trilogy, as I see now. So I think comparisons and maybe low videos and after release map analysis. Compare my way of this collecting all pieces from trailers and other videos from GSC to make one big picture of new map. I think it's be nice. No,
Nice.
and I see in future maybe like story analytics, speculations about this 6 years of developing and our way. I think Silka is best topic for this. Institute is very hidden for us now because we see only part from Skull and Spark group. So I think we have a lot of job to analyze.
Nice. I definitely can't wait for the comparison videos, like showing all the locations as they were in the trilogy compared to how they are
Yes.
now.
I want to see all the character comparisons. I'm loving all the glow ups that they have. I need.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want to do
yeah.
a video just showing like
The
either just like
glow-ups.
the lore of like the characters that are in like the new one and just like what were they doing prior to like what it will be in like the new one, but a comparison of the old models and new would be super fun. Especially, dude, Herman has like the best glow up all game.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
100%.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Strider
Wait, who?
Strider in the trilogy looked like he fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. But now in Stalker 2, man looks like a L'Oreal model. I mean, he is just like
L'Oreal,
absolutely perfection now.
But
Yeah.
like,
True.
since
Yeah,
you
and
already
I-
picked up
The hair.
on Herman, I
Yeah.
mean, this guy is smuggling skiff to the perimeter
gay.
with
Yeah.
the scanner.
Yes.
Mhm.
But usually Herman used to be part of the ecologists, one of the two factions that is legally in the zone. Why does he have to smuggle a stalker to do research stuff
I
into
think
the zone?
I have theory about this.
I think.
I don't want to hear any spoilers, by the way. I
Okay.
just, this is something that
I
since I
don't
played the
know
game
spoilers.
on,
Much has changed,
on
that's the best part.
Gamescom, since I played the game on Gamescom, this is not going out of my head.
He can be a
Yep.
part of Silka and make these experiments out of
Yeah.
them, like
Yeah.
hidden experiments with anomalies, artifacts, and hiding of the growth of the zone out of the perimeter for the other territories.
Yep.
I think this is the key point.
But
Lord.
this, you know, this is what I love about the new Stalker. Like even this small sequence opens so many questions about Herman and thus gives the character so much more depth.
Yep.
Like that will be insane. It will be just
And-
insane next
Yeah.
week.
Dalin is too very interesting guy.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot about him, but every time they show him, he's got so much. I don't even want to say charisma, but he's a very energetic. Yeah, he's got a flavor, a spice to
Flavor,
him.
he's
Yeah.
He's like Vano, I feel like. He's like the Vano of.
Hey,
Stalker
there you
2.
go.
From what we see is Institute is like evil geniuses in the zone. Something.
Yeah.
It feels like it. I agree, but it's not going.
Yes. Yes.
I know the game is probably going to talk about things that have happened, obviously, events in between the original trilogy to where, you know, the world is now. But I really can't wait for Anomalies to, at some point, do like a deep dive breakdown where he's like, okay,
Yes.
here's the trilogy, here's 2, and we're going to like do a timeline of
Everything in
everything that
between,
happened
dude. Yeah, I can't
between.
wait.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's,
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be
Year by
very
year.
excited for that one. Yeah, year by year.
Oh.
Dude, that'd be
Yeah.
crazy. Can't wait.
I will have to update my video on this, like
I
the
hope more
timeline.
mature
One day
will
it
have
will be done.
appearance at
It will
game.
take some time, but
I
it will
love
be
his
done.
character a lot.
The full Stalker timeline YouTube
Yeah,
video.
that would be
Boom.
great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be insane.
Like I always thought that I would be a Stalker expert, but every time I checked out one of Anomalous videos, I always learned something new.
Yeah, my favorite ever is just the Who Killed Fang.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Best
great.
lore, sorry, it's just the best
Well-
lore video.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
I
and
never
the-
popped up
the
in my head
theory-
one time, and it's a
The
theory,
theory
but
is from Tejas, actually. The theory
Still,
is
the
from
video was great.
Tejas.
Man, like
it's a great theory. It's like one of those things that nobody ever notices.
yeah.
I've never noticed that.
That's the best thing about Stalker is it doesn't like shove everything directly in your face narrative wise. It kind of has that Half-Life 2 approach of there's a lot of details in the background. If you pay attention, you'll find them, and it makes the world feel more real. Because in real life, things are just happening all the time, all around you, and you may not notice all of it. If it feels like every single thing doesn't go past you without it being brought to your attention, then it feels artificial. So.
Yep.
I like, that's what makes games like Stalkers so uniquely replayable, is that you want to go back to see everything that you miss and just try and do something in a different way to
Yeah.
coax a different response out of it.
They make you find it as opposed to like if you played like the newer God of War, like you have
Yeah,
like
any other
Atreus
game.
constantly, like you have Atreus constantly, like you can't even look at a puzzle for like a minute
No.
and they will be like, hey, look here, and it's like, bro, shut up, like let me figure it out.
Exactly.
Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of games that want to hold your hand and it's like, and what they'll do is they'll just have the other characters
Yeah.
chirp in your ear the details, hey, look at this, or they'll point out, it's just like, bro, like can you not? Like GSC is dedicated to at least having us like be in control and command and discover and find. But that's like what Stalker's all about. Stalker's all about exploring and discovering. Like you scavenge for everything you need, including your lore.
It makes it
Even
more
the Rads.
rewarding. Way more
Even
rewarding.
Exactly, it makes it more rewarding when you find
But
it.
also,
Yes.
you don't want to know everything, like because I see it in chat right now. The question regarding the fresh bread in the zone mystery.
You
I
don't want to know where it
I
comes
don't
from.
want to know this. I want this to keep. I want this to stay a mystery, so people can keep memeing about it.
Mikucha stock bread is best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
The
let
only
him fool
answer
you.
is Mikluha. Yeah.
He just wants the bread to stay a mystery, so he doesn't have to be self-conscious about eating it when he's playing Stalker 2. He's like, I don't want to know where this comes from. I just
No,
gotta
no.
eat it anyway.
Freedom cannot be bread.
Curse bakery.
Do you think Duty doesn't eat bread anymore because Mikluha is baking it?
I think
I
it changes
can't.
diet.
I can't wait to hear all the jokes in Stalker 2, like the original games had with the NPC jokes. Some of those are just like a classic.
We need to have some
yeah.
of the good banter over the intercom. I want to hear
Yes.
some good, like,
Yeah.
we'll see if there's still dick
Freedom
measuring
base,
contests going on over,
now-
over at some of the bases.
Yeah, in Rostock, it's gonna be there hopefully.
Yes.
Just in the middle of Rostock.
Hell yeah.
That's the nostalgia that hits you like a
It's
ton
good
of
time.
bricks. Just walking up to Rostock and hearing the megaphone, just like talking
Yeah.
shit. Awesome.
I mean, it's just perfect because the community does it too. Like if you witnessed the event in the Discord this week that was made by GSC Gamer, like there
faction
was
vote?
the faction wars. Like there was
Yeah.
so much banter going on.
Mhm.
I like how lore
So
accurate it
much
was.
beef.
Even when they tried to manipulate the views on one of the posts, was it the Renegades did that?
Yeah, it
Even
was the
Mullet was like,
Renegades.
it's kind of lore accurate that the Renegades would try to come in and compromise the integrity of the competition. I'm like,
now we
that's
gotta
the most
cut it.
Stalker thing I've ever heard. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even
Well,
mad.
accurate.
Bandits being bandits.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a meme on you, Starion.
Man, I loved it. I saw it and I was
It
like,
was so good.
yeah, I thought, what the hell was he? Oh, what the hell was he? Sorry. What the hell, Tommy? What the hell? But I loved it. I just
Had to take your tierlings, buddy. Sorry, just coming
Man,
in a
you
little
just, took,
silent.
you just took such a serious speech and turned it into a fucking meme. But I saved that one. This one is in my stalker folder.
Yes, I had fun making that. I knew you'd get a kick out of that one. It was too good. It's too good not to do it. Have you seen the virtual insanity video by Jamiroquai by chance? So that
Oh man, I don't know.
when you get a chance, just look up virtual insanity meme, because that was the template that I was basically using for that,
Alright.
with like the floating hand coming at you type of thing. I love that meme, dude.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how old that song was. I was like, holy shit, that song is like 15 years old. Damn. But here we are. So, you know what's interesting? Like, the game comes out in like 2 to 3 days. I think we can probably all agree that we were expecting more media, probably at the end here, because when you think of all the trailers, like we've been shown a lot, but I still feel like we've only been shown like less than 10% of the game overall.
I disagree.
Not even.
Yeah.
We're not see
Personally,
many
I disagree,
locations
but-
for now.
Lennox, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
I think they've shown us a lot. I
Let
feel
me
like we've had a lot of trailers, but-
let me rephrase. I feel like they've shown a lot of the game conceptually, but they haven't
Yep.
shown a lot of the game content wise. Like, it's a big map, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean in terms of like a numerical sense.
Maybe they understand that's really where the exploration is. It's so important to be able to explore those locations
Yeah.
and see new areas. That's so important to people.
Mm.
That they really understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
it
hope-
definitely feels
I
like
hope
they
it's
want to
that.
keep a lot of secret.
Yeah, let me say it like that. When I played the game in Prague and I went to the poppy field, I thought, my God, is this beautiful? Is this amazing? And in this moment I just thought how other people would experience this, and I thought, man, this is such a great thing. And I think 1 week later, they released the footage from the game, and the poppy field was inside of it. And I thought, man, how sad it is, because people know this place exists and they have already seen it in a trailer. But being there for the first time by yourself, experiencing it for the first time, like
being surprised by it, not
That's
knowing
so
what
important.
you're
being
going to see, you're
surprised,
going to expect, and then
being
being in
part of it.
Marvel.
Yeah, this is so much
Flashbacks from
different.
past is nice.
Like, just imagine there's an anomaly that changes the temperature around the anomaly in like a several 100-meter radius, and it's just snowing there. Like, imagine a snowy biome. If you reveal something like that in a video, it's the magic is gone. You have to keep that secret, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad they didn't show too much from the game, because
Alrighty.
soccer is something you have to experience it. Also, pet the doggo.
I
Pet the
think that's
doggo.
probably
Tommy.
also like part of their goal too. Is just S.T.A.L.K.E.R is so good at developing that level of intrigue, and like you want to know more. Like they're very good at leading you to question what's going on and to want to see and to want to explore. So I think they do a super good job at like as you said, like they show a good amount, but they're not showing like all too much to like reveal like everything. But I think that's like the perfect way just to.
Yes.
I mean, like not that any of us need push to go see everything, you know what I mean? But like, you know, like I agree with Stan. I like not knowing what is going to happen and being able to have that like first moment of being awe-inspired. But like as you said, like it's a different one. You get to experience it because you're interacting with it as opposed to just watching.
This game is a lot more special in that, you know, the artists are kind of like fighting with the marketing for like what to show. Where it's like, yeah, we have to show the game. Like, we need to build some hype up. And it seems like they really will focus on like the narrative stuff to try and build that up, because the soundtrack, the scenes, they're really emotionally charged and everything. With gameplay, you saw how they did a lot of vertical slices, because it's really hard for them to keep everything a secret and then give you a 1 hour like gameplay front to back, like showing you all the different features of it and stuff. So it's funny how of everything we've been shown, it seems like it's a lot. But when you realize that we've been given this material since like 2019, then it doesn't feel nearly as much. That's what is so fascinating.
In years, when you talk about it in those years, I guess not. But it's easy. I guess it's so easy to see like if you guys remember when they first announced that S.T.A.L.K.E.R would be back, GSC told us more or less like, you won't hear from us for 3 years. For about 3 years, you're going to get absolutely nothing. And they told us, they just let us know we're working on it, but you're not going to, like, we're doing absolutely nothing to tell you anything about it, because like, you know, they probably had a lot going on, obviously.
Oh, it's pre-production as well, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And but again, they marked 3 years and pretty positive, just to be like, for 3 whole years, like you're gonna get like virtually nothing. And again, and they think the only thing we got during that time was when the bread leaked, right? Was that like the only thing we got during that time was the bread leak, and that was like the holy grail.
Oh man, I remember the bread and the breadolite memes back then.
Yeah, the bread models was so good.
It was all we had for a good year or so.
That damn
like
bread.
It's just amazing that like here we finally are, like after all the waiting. Like it never, like the day was always going to come, but it never really felt like you would actually be there. That's just the wait was so long.
Well,
I mean, they delayed it several times, and a few days ago, actually, Facebook threw a post on my dashboard that I posted, because I shared the message that the game was delayed, and I was like, oh, that's really years ago.
Those old posts.
Yeah, actually, before this podcast, I rewatched all the trailers, and man, what a throwback! Like all the delays, all the previous dates.
Yes, first
now
concept trailer, it's
Pretty
like
sure
a
they
different
screwed their marketing
reality, I
plans,
think.
so they had to
Yeah, it was in
constantly adjust
2020,
their marketing,
right?
probably.
Yeah.
First trailer was in 2020, I think.
20,
Man.
The end of 19.
yes,
I
Or
think.
2021.
2021 or 2020, it's the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Da Vinci, I do agree with you. The delays, I mean, this team has had to like deal with every sort of curveball that could get thrown their way. I think the one thing that gets like overlooked so constantly is COVID. Like, cause like once the war became like the topic of focus, it was just a lot easier to focus on that and forget everything that kind of preceded it. But yeah, COVID was a pain in the ass, man. Like, look at how many games were getting delayed by like a year and a half, 2 years. Sony titles, major AAA games in the Western space, they were getting delayed. They were coming out, and they were still coming out fucked up. That's rough. So yeah, imagine being in their shoes and having to fight that uphill battle and still have everybody basically holding them to the fire and saying like, is it perfect? Is it perfect? Does it come out next week?
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
And we see so many comments like that, so consistent. I'm always like, and especially like I feel like everyone by now like should know like what is going on clearly, and it's just it's very consistently like modding like 100 Rads bar. You'll just see like the occasional jackass comments of just being like people who just don't get like another delay will never come out, or just being like total dick. It's just like what part of like life, war, and like all these other things that going on, like do we not understand? Like what part do we just like forget that like just because these people have a job, they're still human and they still are people with lives like you are, just like they're just doing a different job. It's like it's
deadlines are tough. I mean, like we all are content creators. Like who doesn't understand how hard it is to get a video out in time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we understand. We all understand that. Yeah.
like I mean, yeah, that's like the micro version of that challenge. Now imagine like trying to ship a AAA like game that is firing on all cylinders. Like that's a lot of pressure. Yeah, that's a tricky situation no matter which way you cut it. But I really hope that when the game comes out, that people don't latch on to the, like when people are giving it praise and stuff and they mention things like that, like, okay, you have all of these amazing features of the game despite X, Y, and Z, that they're not just being like, oh, you're just meat riding, you're just, you're just saying that like the game is amazing because they had to make it despite war.
Because of situation.
Yeah, like I don't like when people are like, oh, you're throwing a pity party. It's like, no, fuck you. This deserves to get the praise as it stands on its own. But the fact that once you add in all these other considerations, now it's nothing short of a miracle. Like that's fair to acknowledge that. That's how I feel.
It just easily justifies the delays.
Easily.
Yes.
Actually, all things considered, I think it's still crazy that we're even making November 20th, to be honest. Yeah, because honestly, if April 2025 and the old El.P.E.R meme was right and it got delayed till then, I would be like, okay, sure. Like, I mean,
Not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Like, I mean,
that would have been okay too, honestly.
People freak out when they get delayed. It's like, I mean, come on, like, I mean, life goes, like you find another way to occupy your time. It's tough.
There are other games out there.
Right. And the only time I take a pause and I'm like, damn, I do understand is when people are like, I ain't getting any younger. And it's been so many years and there's a lot of fans that have like since passed away and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I felt the same. I felt the same way when Half-Life Alyx came out. I was like, there was Mr. Kitty. He was a big creator with Halo videos and stuff. And he passed away. He was an awesome guy. And I remember being like, damn, my brother would have loved to have seen this game. So I get that. It's not like it's not
like others are missing out. People are missing out. So it's not like there's not like a negative to the delays, obviously,
right.
And other people's like for us it might not be a negative unless any of us drop dead like soon, hopefully not, but like it's not like a negative for like us, but like I have seen that argument where there are people who are in not as bad health, I think they're like, I want to play this game before I'm gone.
I think I read one or two comments about guys who had cancer and they're like, man, I just hope it's out before I'm out of time. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like that's hard. That's hard to read.
No, I lost one of like my main like I had like a really long time bud who was a S.T.A.L.K.E.R fan, and he passed away from cancer like a few years ago. And again it comes in my mind now and again. I'm just like, man, like if only No Clue was here to see this. Like No Clue would have fucking loved this shit. Like it's sad, but like like at the same time, like what can you do with the situation? And same with like the developers and everything. Like life sucks and life has its stuff, but like there's nothing you can do but just push forward and try and make the best of it. And
it's like, what's the alternative? Like it's like, what are we gonna go back in time, make the 2011 version of the game have a mid game? Like no, like I think any true S.T.A.L.K.E.R fan would have recognized like even myself. It's like I want the game to be as good as it can be, even if I'm not there to be there for it. Like
and it's just better to have a delayed game than to have like
a total trash launch. That's
a trash launch like Fallout 76.
You only get one shot, and then in the world of entertainment industry, you get like depending on the IP, like sometimes you got to wait 10 or 16 or 20 years for a remake or a reboot. Like I'm a big Resident Evil 3 Nemesis original fan, and that remake was a piece of shit. I have to wait at least 20 fucking years to get another crack at them making a really proper Resident Evil Nemesis game. So yeah, I feel the same way with S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. I'm like, look, do whatever you got to do. Just as long as I play it and I'm like, this feels like S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. This feels like what I waited for. I will be happy.
Well, and as you said, like the media is brutal. Like if you have a bad launch or if something doesn't go, like think of Concord with Sony. How many millions or billions of dollars did they put into Concord, and that was up for a week or like can you imagine working on a game for years just to literally take it offline? And like I couldn't imagine being the person working on that project. You know, like so I like when you see things like that, like where just one bad release is going to possibly completely end your game, because we just seen it with Sony. It's just like. I imagine, like with what everything GSC is trying to uphold for, not just trying to introduce new fans, but obviously for the core audience, because that's always been like the biggest concern is like, are they going to keep the core to it and or just update it too much to like, I know everyone was like concerned about it being like too easy and stuff, which we know like it's not going to be. But I think GSC is very much like again, like the delays are very much they're smart about it in the sense that they know that they're. Like, again, bad media can completely ruin anything. Like, you have one bad launch and you can just be like, everyone might not give it another chance, you know? So I think they're just going to do everything in their power to make it as flawless as a game launch can be, you know? As good as it can be, just because, like, yeah, one bad thing, man. It's like, it's insane. Like,
they're trying to avoid a 2077 situation.
Go down. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I mean, Cyberpunk, as it is today, is a terrific, terrific game. But, like, it's a completely different thing than when it launched. It's like No Man's Sky and stuff like that. Like, you really got to fight tooth and nail to break that perception when you have a rough launch like that. And it's really like second chances don't come cheap. And especially when you're trying to market a game like this to as wide of an audience as you can, that's that much more important.
You can't mess up that person, especially since they're bringing in such a new audience too. They're bringing in such a wide range of like extra people that'll be into the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe, so they have to have that great first impression. We all have our impressions, and we're already delved into it. So for us, it doesn't matter. It can crash, and I bet you we'll all fucking laugh if it crashes because we'll find it funny.
Yeah,
you know,
we're all locked in. Yeah.
But for the new people, it's like they got to try and have the best first impression that they can possibly have. To fight against like everything that goes on.
Especially with the expectations and the hype being so high, even for people who haven't played the original trilogy.
Yep.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Every day I see like dozens of people coming into S.T.A.L.K.E.R server who have never played S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and yet they are still very hyped for this game.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, it's just the next big game for this year. There's nothing else coming out this year that's big. It's just S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is the game.
That's true.
That's why.
It has the chance to wrap up this year.
Because you don't need to play trilogy before. It's like separate game, separate story.
Yes.
It's only for the like all characters, all locations, like memories.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, it's all woven into the trilogy, but it's not gonna like make the player feel disoriented because Skiff is a new original character with his original storyline and experience.
Newbie in the zone as SV. VR2 is newbies in the zone now.
That's important.
Yes.
It is. There's going to be a huge, substantial amount of players that play S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 as their first S.T.A.L.K.E.R, become fans, and then now they're motivated to actually go back and play the originals on their Xbox or their PlayStation or what have you. For sure.
Yeah.
Or Switch.
Or Switch.
Or Switch, yeah. What a great, that was a great port.
Yeah, I think the only group of people that will be a little bit of difficult to please are the ones that have not played the original trilogy, but got into S.T.A.L.K.E.R through Anomaly and Gamma.
Oh,
Escape from
yeah.
Talk about it daily. Bring it up every day.
It's a painful topic.
Yeah.
Every day I talk about it.
Every day.
It's funny. I mean, it's the same old story. It's really just the fact that a lot of mod players that came in, they just didn't play the original, so they don't have that reference for the baseline. Like mods are awesome. You know, like we crack jokes. I crack fucking jokes every day. But at the end of the day, like play S.T.A.L.K.E.R how you want to play it. There's a million ways to keep the experience fresh. But remember like what that S.T.A.L.K.E.R core experience is. Like understand what it means to be vanilla.
There's nothing like vanilla.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we're getting a sequel to the vanilla games in a vanilla spirit, so you're gonna get a new vanilla experience. Now, I have no fucking doubt in my mind that given enough time, we're gonna get new versions of the mod packs based off Stalker 2. And there's gonna be the weirdos in the community that are like, "Oh, finally, the real Stalker 2 is here!" Oh, ha, ha, ha. Like, and all that silly shit. And like, you
Extra
know,
hardcore.
yeah, like whatever, dude. Like, oh, hey, fuck it. If they spent their 60 to get Stalker 2, then they put the support in. So whatever, you can be silly if you want. But that's ultimately what I hope people understand is calibrate your expectations accordingly to that, and at the same time, for vanilla purist fans, recognize that there's probably going to be some aspects from the mods that are obviously included in the base game. For example, we know that there's food. We know that there's animations with the items being used. These are really good things, and I think where a lot of the spicy debate comes from is where, like, you know, people like myself will say that they don't always blend into the mods like a native feature. Like, it doesn't feel like everything was constructed from the ground up with those features in mind because they were added in after the fact. They're still fine, but that's just where I kind of get hung up. Whereas Stalker 2 is everything as it's included in the game is built from the ground up with it.
That's smart.
Exactly. So I think in like a perfect world, or maybe just my optimism brain, that we'll start seeing more of a unity in the community when people start when people start realizing it's like, listen, there's a lot of these things that you know maybe were inspired from mods or fleshed out further in mods that have now come back around for vanilla Stalker 2. And so, you know, purists and mod enjoyers, maybe we're not so different, and we can all.
I see it. I see it. This game to do it.
Yeah, exactly. You get what I'm getting at. So that's where my brain's at. That's what I'm really hoping for. Get a little bit more unity in the community and have people realize that that not everything didn't have to be out of vanilla, and that there was a good way to put those features in as well. I think when I played the demo in PAX, I was surprised at how like we know that paint's toggleable, right? I'm turning that shit off when I start. But I wasn't like super offended by the paint when I was playing. And so it was the same feeling I had in the demo with the compass. I think when I play the game, I'm not even going to turn like the compass off like I used to say I was going to do all the time, because with such a big world, it's probably going to be more disorienting. But once you have like 100 hours in the game, then I'll probably turn it off, maybe, or you know what I mean? Like, I just like the
I get you, but the compass might make you actually kind of sometimes turn your brain off, and you might miss details instead. It's
you're right.
Risky.
You're right.
Just following it.
The things I hope is that you can change the scale of it. It's not like super big, but it would be nice to be able to make it a little bit smaller, maybe. But I do agree with you, because anything that draws your eye away is always a distraction. The same thing with like subtitles. It's tricky. So
that's why you're gonna play the game in English first, right?
Yeah, because I want
subtitles.
Me too.
When it comes to Stalker,
I have to think about it so much.
Right, yeah, and everything is constantly fighting for your attention. And not for nothing, but I want to be able to enjoy the work that the English voice actors put in there for the English audience. The original games have their charm with the English voice acting. There's nobody that is going to argue that the Ukrainian voice acting isn't the superior and the best option to play for Stalker 2. That's the authentic experience. But I want both. So for the first go around, when I'm learning a lot about the game and my mind is paying attention to a million different things, English is going to be less distracting. Then I'm once I basically get switched over to Ukrainian, though, I'm probably gonna be like locked in on that for the long term.
It's a good experience.
Yeah, and that's gonna help me when I'm practicing and learning more, because I'll constantly have the language being reinforced through NPC dialogue and stuff, which is good.
Ukrainian music, very nice Ukrainian music.
My favorite one is from Kurs Valut, Nadra.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes.
This is my damn ringtone on my phone when I wake up.
How it's Twinkle for you, Moonshine.
The Pripyat radio beats, that was my favorite song in that video, man. It is really good. It's got that funky sound to it. Yeah, that's good shit. I can't wait to hear so much more music in the game. My playlists are about to expand. Okay, Vadi, this is really good, but I am burping like a son of a bitch all stream because of this.
It's basically
It's a-
spiced up with a fruit punch anomaly.
It's a
Yeah.
живчик anomaly.
All right, let's see here. Okay, so I definitely want to ask everybody like what the things they're most excited about for Stalker 2. Also, like what your concerns might be. I would say that things for me personally that I've been thinking about closer we've been getting to release is the weather, like the deep dive with the thunderstorms, that darker brown like mood that was shown in the deep dive, and then there was that other footage where skiff's coming out of the house and it's all green, and I think the footage was labeled as like moody or something like that. It seems like there's going to be a lot more unique states for the zone to be in as you're exploring through it to make it feel fresh. Because like in the original games, it could rain, it could be cloudy, it could be sunny, or you could have a blowout. And that was kind of the majority of what you could have, you know, other than maybe like nighttime, for example. Whereas with the new game, it seems like there's going to be way more unique variations to the mood and the atmosphere that can be set with the environment. So that was my big thing that I'm definitely fucking hyped for. But I'm curious, like, what's on your guys' list for sure. Lennox, start us off, buddy.
The frogs in the swamp.
Yeah.
I want to see the frogs. No,
Frogs, yes.
I want to see
10
the
out of 10 comment.
zone frogs, and no, honestly, it's
We need a Zone Frog shirt. If we get official merch, can we get like a Zone Frog shirt? I want that.
Frogs.
I want the fishing hamlet, and then I just want some of the water with like the frogs on it. That would be sick.
honestly, if there's like one thing I gotta pinpoint, the excitement part, I think it's like probably like meeting S.T.A.L.K.E.R for the first time, seeing him in the zone. He's
Hell
running
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that moment to hype me up, and like he's just there in front of you.
There's no way they're not gonna have the craziest music in the background to like really emotionally drive that moment home.
And you just meet S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Or Sid.
That's the one. Or Sid.
Oh, I can't wait to see Sid. I hope he's got chicken or something. I hope we get a good
Yeah.
Sid where he's, I hope he's got his chicken leg ready.
Yeah, imagine we get to buy chicken and we get to eat the chicken with like a special animation too.
Chicken with Sid. That would be the best.
If it's not in, it will
Best
be
date
bodied
ever.
in.
Yeah.
I want the quality to at least be on par with the cutscene from the original. I want Skiff to bring it up. I want to see the skin flapping off that
Little
chicken.
big
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You are
Maybe
lying.
the
Lying.
May the zone get me if I do.
Lovely.
Taryn?
I
Or my bad,
first
Lennox.
of all-
No, continue. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you.
No,
Personally,
that's
happy
also the
last
moment.
weekend before
I think that's like
Stalker
the one
2
pinpoint
guys.
thing.
I want
I mean,
to
I think
ask to
I'm very excited
everyone
to hear
how
all the
they are
guns. The
feeling
audio
and
sounds
keeping
amazing. Like the
themselves
gun audio
together,
sounds like
knowing
the
we have
best
3
from
days
all, a lot of
before the
games I've
game
heard.
releases.
The gun sounds are amazing, so I can't wait to experience that in game. Like
That was probably
That's
the most
Yeah, they
impressive part of that newest combat trailer. Was the audio.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was awesome in it, but the audio just stood out front and center.
yep.
Yeah,
agree.
generally
For sure.
speaking, the whole audio design for the game seems
Yep.
like it's gonna be
It's big.
amazing.
Yes.
Entire thing.
Dude, combat music is so good now. When we were getting all that press footage after Prague, when they were showing the boiler combat footage, the way the music like dynamically has pieces like weave in and out depending on what is
Yep.
going
Yes.
on. It sounds
Vital
so
5 is
good.
awesome.
That's very important. I feel like in original games it doesn't really work. It's like combat, no combat, combat, no combat. It's just boom, 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 up and
That's
down.
how
up and
that's
down.
how it was in the old trilogy
The
games.
juggling doesn't really
Yeah,
work.
if you put on the dynamic music, it'll just suddenly start up, and then like you'll be sometimes like in the middle of the fight, and it just dead stops, and then you like
Yeah.
lean by the
Turn
tree,
around.
and then it's like it turns on again. You're like, okay. Dun-dun-dun.
Oh man, that shit is so fun though. Just the combat music, right? Like amps up. You're looking around, like what? Nothing's happening. You see like one random blind dog in the distance, like caught on a tree, trying to run over to you. Yeah, peak atmosphere.
Peak. So I turn it off, but
Yeah,
No,
I'm
yeah.
definitely
Part
gonna
of the
have it
game.
on for
Because it's
Stalker
always-
2 now, but in
yeah.
the trilogy, off every time. It's just immediate. I'm
It's jarring, and it normally doesn't make a lot of sense half the time. And again, most of the time in combat, it goes on and off in the middle of the combat. I'm just like, I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
that one dev who worked on the combat music in the original trilogy right now. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? That shit was hard. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I appreciate it. Taryn, what are you most excited for?
Dude, a lot of stuff. I like 100% most excited for is gonna be Anomalies, Mutants, and
Anarchists,
like seeing
bandits.
and seeing
Bandits.
None
of them will stop.
I can't wait to see the Twister. I really want to see like again Anomalies, Mutants are my main thing that like I'm super excited to see because like I find it like the coolest, right? But I'm really I lost my train of thought. I was excited for something else, but it's gone now.
Dude, you know,
excited.
That Twister reminded me. This is gonna date the hell out of me. There's a very old game. It's an old DOS first-person shooter classic called Redneck Rampage, and one of the levels of Redneck Rampage, you are in the trailer park and there's a Twister, and if you're like caught outside, the Twister will like really mess you up. But you can run inside like the little mobile homes and buildings and stuff, and you can hear the Twister outside. When I saw the Twister in the trailer, it kind of reminded me of that. I was like, when was the last time I ran into a Twister in a video game? I was like, I think it was Redneck Rampage.
Never. Literally, the only time I can think of is in ATV Off-Road Fury 2, I think. There's like a desert map where there's like a shit ton of dust devils, and like they kind of avoid you, but like you can try and like I would try and like drive at them and see if I could get like hit and fly. And that's like the only game I could think of that I recall that has like tornadoes in it is ATV Off-Road Fury.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to see I'm also very interested to see like what like the updates on like, you know, what happened with Rostok and Yanav and like how all the shifts of power happen. I'm really interested to see, especially because like when you think of Rostok and you think of like how solid that base was, it's like what the hell happened to that base? I'm really excited to see what fleshed people out and got like new people in the area. So yeah, pretty much atmosphere and just seeing like why like again mainly Rostok. I'm really curious what the hell happened with Rostok.
I wonder if Barman is still there or if employment has shifted around a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like who's still there? Like again, like yeah, I'm really interested to see.
I mean,
how they
we
shifted
saw
all
him
about.
We saw him in the world on locations trade, or it was
Balkeep
right?
is in stores, but he's on the place. The Ballkeeper.
Yeah.
Taryn, I'm surprised that you didn't mention the ladies of the zone. That newest radio video showed what is very clearly.
Lady Kalina was there though.
Lady Kalina.
I don't know if I'm the only thing that I kind of want to see. So like when it comes to ladies in the zone, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy the joke enough that I don't give a shit. If they didn't put women in this game, I do not care. Like I would have found it just as fine because I don't give a shit about that stuff. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me. So if they had no women in the zone, I don't think it would have really mattered, quite frankly. But what I do really want to see, ever since watching the Babushkas of Chernobyl documentary, I really want them to have, like, if you explore like Chernobyl, I really want them to have a babushka there, because there's like 100 or so babushkas who still live in the zone, and I'm like, how cool would it be if you literally, like, one of the buildings that you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go ransack and see what's in here, and one of the freaking actual residents is like, how cool would that be?
I talked about it too.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That is what like if there's women in the zone, that's the part that I will be excited for. Is I want to run into a zone babushka, but that's it.
Yeah, like the Forester, right? But a bit different.
Wait, what?
Like the Forester?
Oh, yeah, like Forester, yeah.
Like him.
Yes, yeah.
Similar.
Like yeah, exactly. It's just literally like if you guys like, it's a great documentary.
Forester's girlfriend's shack.
I go on to it. I go on about it all the time, but if you guys haven't seen it, Babushkas of Chernobyl is such a like, again, like amazing documentary, such a cool feeling and experience and stuff. But that is what I would love to see. But like again, that's like literally what it is. It's just like a bunch of little like badass Forester ladies who are still like getting it, and they're like, oh, all the men died like a while ago. It's just us women like being hardcore.
I like Da Vinci's comment, pseudo babushka. She's just another anomaly. Plot twist.
Oh my, bro.
The babushka's running at you, but they like the phantoms, like the dogs.
No. A mod, someone needs to make a Bureau babushka, because they'll already kind of be cloaked and stuff. Someone can make a mod Bureau babushka.
That's like the controllers that have been shown wearing like the trench coats and stuff to try and conceal themselves to look like a stalker. It's like Beer's just wearing like the shawl of like
yeah,
like a
see it.
babushka.
Giant
a
babushka
nice
shawl.
flower shawl.
Burr babushka.
I want to see modders make it happen. I want to see a Buer babushka and talk to it. It ain't around.
Tlap says so normal babushka.
They mimic voices, right? They can mimic voices. I can see it happen. One of the birds decides to go all the way.
The Bayou, the Bayou cat's just like, "Are you hungry, Sonny?" And then it just like attacks you.
Like they could go all the way with this.
I forgot about them. I can't wait to see how they are and if they'll like how well they'll possibly imitate. Like if you're going to get led into like a situation where like you might hear like someone crying for help or something, and then like bam, like you're like in a den and getting like killed.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
That's funny.
Really neat.
100% there's gonna be someone calling for help. Like the regular line they call for help, right? It's gonna be one of those lines.
Help me.
Let's see it.
Help me.
I feel like Bayouns are about to just take away my humanity, because anytime I hear "help me," I'm just like, "You're tough out of luck," but like, not this time, not this time. Meanwhile, Talik, no, please,
no.
Please. Just give me the med kit.
Help me, brother. Yep. Anam or oh no, Starion. What are you most excited for, man?
Boy, a lot of stuff. First of all, I would say it's character development. I really want to see the OG stalkers in the zone. You mentioned a few famous ones. I want to see Nimble. Nimble is a true underdog. People always people overlook them, but Nimble is a real Giga Chat underdog in the zone, and I would love to see him.
I don't even think he's an underdog. Like I think just people don't like he's like, I agree with you. He's 100% like an OG, but like he doesn't get the OG attention he deserves.
Yeah, because he stays out of trouble, you know? Like
he just puts up in a different place and he just does his thing and he doesn't cause trouble. He's just like Nimble's just great. I adore him. I can't wait to find him in.
He's a true stalker.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh man, it's been a while since we had a true stalker joke, and yep, there it is, dude. There it is.
Yeah.
Holy
Secondly,
shit.
I would say
somewhere Miguel is smiling right now that Lennox made that joke.
Second, I would say it's actually the faction play and what happened to those guys, like
what?
Sky and Monolith.
Yo, check this out. Tlap just said
Tommy love Tommy. GSC just tweeted they are posting Mutants short.
New Mutants short. Psy-Dog was great.
Short today.
Psy-Dog was amazing. Is there another one coming?
Wait, it's already. What time is it? It's already freaking.
I hope they don't show the Chimera though. I'm still waiting for them to.
That's got to be a gameplay review. All right, hold on. I'll bring it. Oh, Faction Wars ended.
Yep.
I don't want to see Chimera.
So Freedom. Did we take second place? It looked like we were quite up there.
Way to lose.
Londus won.
Yeah, second place is still losing, so sucks.
I mean,
get better.
Hey, at least we're a real faction, okay? You know, technically, we're the #1 faction that won. And loners aren't a faction, just saying.
Hey, we just if we want to unite and we decide to, just know you should fear it because we're powerful if we feel like it.
Hey, that's all well and good, but then that doesn't make you a loner anymore. You can't have your cake and eat, or you can't have your bread and eat it too. Okay?
Tommy, it's free stalkers. Free stalkers.
Free stalkers, yeah, free stalkers.
Yeah. Free, as in I can shoot them in the head for free, but I mean, they're not a faction. They gotta have an ideology. They need ideology.
I mean,
what's your mission statement?
No, they have
what's your ideology in freedom besides of smoking weed all the time, guys?
What more did you need? What more did you need?
Freedom.
A job.
A job.
You guys.
I just imagine freedom soldiers like chilling there in their base, lying down with the blood. Bro, you should like totally go see the wish granter.
Yeah, bro, we gotta take shifts. Someone's gotta grow the plants, okay? Like, we're very busy little bees.
Some of you guys get to design the farmer work. Farmer Tommy's on duty.
That's right. Listen, we invite other factions over for parties, okay? We gotta.
And beauty.
Gotta make sure we have enough to go around. like Clear Sky gang. Clear Sky's always welcome at the army warehouses.
Yeah. But honestly, like, I really want to see the new faction dynamics, because we know, like, we get some new players in the game, like the Ward, and I really would love to see first what has become out of Duty and Freedom, and more importantly, which impact the player has on the different factions in the game, and thus the ending of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, I want to see the OG locations like Radar, Rads bar, stuff like that.
Oh, by the way, Riddle is changed its location far from
Clear
Pripyat
Sky
now.
Gang
It's
baby,
closer
it's
to the
number
monk
5
now.
gas mask.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have reassembled the entire map, and
Yes,
it's now closer
it's
to
a-
the
it's-
original
it's a great
real
job.
zone. Yeah.
Because trilogy map is very linear and like a corridor for the up. Now
Yeah.
it's like a full picture.
Yeah.
Look, look, Taryn is so angry. She's already looking for the baseball bat to hit you with it, Tommy. Trash talking beloved faction.
My laptop's like, it's on 5%. I'm about to go dark on
She's
you.
like,
so
she's
I'm
like
oh.
saying my faction's not real. I'll show you this baseball bat's real.
Tommy, you about to mama you last me, a motherfucker.
Oh my.
Whoa, wait. Will we get better melee weapons? That would be interesting. If we get like alternatives to the knife.
Machete.
I don't think
yeah.
so because
Maybe get to use like an axe or a machete or something would be cool.
Probably
I
just
don't
a knife.
think there is. I don't think there is a knife slot. I think it's integrated.
On the
Ah.
one.
Mm.
Skiffies have the military experience and you are Marine Corps knife.
I was gonna say
Like,
not for nothing.
Special.
He's got like an American K-bar looking knife. So I mean that's a lot of melee. Like, what else do you need?
Man, I really wonder who Skiff is. Like, we don't know much about this guy. We just know,
Yep.
like, he's in a zone for some reason, and he...
And
His name is revealed.
Strider
in
knows
the
him, like,
info.
what?
Yeah, we know his name and his blood
Yes.
type now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If that helps.
I like
Yeah,
that
totally.
it's not doing like redoing the amnesia thing. So it's a lot of mystery, but indirectly, where it's so much more
indirectly.
open ended. Like amnesia,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you know, you can make a few guesses. You know, I mean, all right, listen, it's the Stalker 100 Rats Bar podcast, so. Plot twist and shout out Chernobyl, you're fucking S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I didn't know if you knew that.
Whoa!
This
Oh,
may
no.
not-
What?
Whoa!
I want
Okay,
to play
I
that
gotta
game,
tune out
man.
now.
But it's not.
I've never played Stalker.
It's not like the hardest story beat to call once you get past a certain point. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember introducing people who I had never said anything about these games to, and they're 20 minutes into the game, and they're like, "Am I S.T.A.L.K.E.R?" And I'm like sweating bullets. I'm like, "Oh, what? Why would you say that?" Like I'm like wondering, like, how the fuck did you already put it together? But yeah, I like that. It's even more obscured with Stalker
Man,
2.
when I played the original Stalker and I found out that I'm S.T.A.L.K.E.R, I was like, literally...
Same.
No way!
Spoiler.
Yeah, like,
He's strolling. Fuck yeah. Awesome.
Him.
Anomalous, what are you looking forward to the most in Stalker 2?
I mean, the obvious answer would be the lore, right? But that's gonna come over time while playing. So, like, the most, I'd say, instantaneous thing I'm looking forward to is anomalies and artifacts. I mean, if you've followed my channel for a long time, you would know that before I made lore videos, I actually kind of studied, so to speak, anomalies and artifacts. I'm really excited to see, like, all the new stuff they've cooked, because I mean that's what makes the zone, right? Like, without the anomalies, without the artifacts, it's not the anomalous zone anymore. It's just like regular
Yep.
Radiation.
radioactive Chernobyl. I mean, there's also the mutants and the labs that make up the zone. Yeah, I mean, underground locations, really excited to see what they've cooked with that, because we know there's many more labs that we've seen in the previous games, and I bet we'll see many more.
yeah,
So-
PTSD, nice. Woo.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
called XX16, like X8.
I mean-
There's so many X's, you know?
Yeah, and just exploring the CNPP, like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to explore the whole sarcophagus, right? That's gonna be insane.
Definitely control room. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Sick.
but yeah, I would say artifacts and anomalies. I'm really looking forward to see what new stuff they have, and also, like, analyze all the differences. Like for example, we've already seen some artifacts that have been changed compared to their original form. Like just on the top of my head, the color block is now going to protect from chemical damage, which was not the case
Yeah.
before.
Restore health in the Call of Pripyat.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for from the get-go. But obviously, as time passes and we play the game more, the lore is going to take over.
The shorts that they've showed for the artifacts are incredible.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
videos that they've been
yes.
posting for
Art
them.
is so good.
The inspect animations are
Yeah, the
beautiful.
inspect animations go
Yep.
crazy. They capture even more than the original games the mystical, otherworldly properties of them, and
Yes.
they promote a
Yeah.
lot more intrigue, which is awesome. When people are like, "Oh, graphics don't matter," I'm like, "Well, they do, but not necessarily always directly for like gameplay, but it really helps, especially when it comes to like that world building detail, because like you said, like artifacts are such a critical piece of the mythos of this whole universe."
Yeah.
Trap the Czechslav
I'm
said
also
hello
really
stream.
curious to see how artifacts behave when they are inside the anomaly and just like on the ground. Because in the previous games, when artifacts were concealed in anomalies, they had specific movement patterns, right? So it makes it more difficult to catch them. And when they are revealed by the detector, they also had specific animations. Like some artifacts were jumping up and down, some of them were just static, some of them were like expanding and like
Or
kind of
moving.
breathing in a way.
Mm.
I'm really excited to see that.
Remember that
And-
one clip from the I think it was the Shadow of Chernobyl promo footage where it shows the guy Anomaly hunting with the AS-Val and he shoots the meat chunk out of the anomaly
Yeah.
field so he can
Yeah.
pick it up? That was really cool. I liked that kind of it's like a puzzle to solve as well versus just like I've got the detector, I'm tossing my bolts looking for like the safest path until this thing just blinks fast enough to reveal the artifact, which is fun, but the fact that there's variety there, or the potential for variety, is really nice, because I don't remember situations like that one in that promo footage playing out in the trilogy. I feel like that was kind of dialed back a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that will be a way to solve some of the arch anomalies.
That's what I want to know, is how
We
those
all
puzzles
remember
work.
the-
Oh,
We all remember the
Yeah.
area at Garbage where a ton of artifacts is just in an anomaly field and you cannot access them. And how often
Yeah.
have we just thrown grenades over there, hoping that these grenades will toss them to us, and it didn't work?
It's just
Yeah,
an impassable world of whirligigs, yeah.
You can't. You
World
can't.
War
I tried it. I tried on the Switch the last time when I was recording my Switch gameplay and was like,
Yeah.
man, like, am I really that stupid? But no, you just can't. It's just not possible. Good trolling, GSC Game World. 20 years ago. Good trolling.
All right, and Vadi, you're up, brother. What are you most excited for with S2, my man?
I think it's kind of similar with Anomalous expectations about story. As I remember, it's one trailer, Stridal, show us very variations of the story path. It's like a Stridal, Faust with Monolith, S.T.A.L.K.E.R with their purposes, and it's like series about S.T.A.L.K.E.R map, about 7 points on the map. It's like 7 seals.
Seven seals, yeah.
Yeah, how they connected with with the modern world, Duga, generators. It's like a big theory about the seal translation, about monolith. They are reviewed now as a faction now. Like they again took out the Pripyat as we see in last trailer. They took out the red fortress for the monolith and built the antennas for the voice. So I think story is very and full finals, by the way, is confirmed as I see. It's one is canonical, one canonical final of the game, and
Or
what
so- Or
Wait, the true ending?
yeah, of course.
and what final is like truth for us for the playthrough.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, the storylines are gonna go crazy.
Yes. And
Yeah,
to meet
think so.
to meet S.T.A.L.K.E.R in Skull in one room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
and
Insane.
and then add Deck.TRF and you've got the
Yeah,
Holy
I think that
Trinity.
is look. Scar. Oh.
That the last
Yes.
video that they put out, showing Richter and the boys just hanging out at the table in the bar,
Yep.
just drinking.
And Trapper.
And
Trapper.
And
was
Trapper
great.
was
Kenyan
like,
music.
yeah.
I thought so too.
I just want more of a immersion like that, where it's like you can just drink beers, hang out with the boys, get like more character time in with them. That's not just like doing missions out in the zone, but a little bit more of like the rest and relaxation time. Especially if
Yep.
like you build that
Yeah.
up with a character and then maybe they die or something like that, you have more of an impact with the loss of that character because you felt like you had more time to spend building that relationship with them.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to.
Tommy, what are you looking forward to?
Oh.
Oh, I mean, other than the combat. I mean, everything.
Difficult question.
It's a
Everything.
loaded one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. But like the rush that I get, like when your fucking toes curl because you're so like tight with when you're in combat and it's tense, you're low on health, you're trying to like wipe out like a squad of guys. Like I just want to feel that tense emotion. When you're trying to navigate around in a combat firefight to try and get an angle on another guy and take him out. Is there still another guy left? Did I really get everybody? Like the way your mind, the thrill, the thrill of the combat is really what I'm looking forward to. Because Shadow of Chernobyl, you could like corner peek everybody. They fixed that with grenade spamming and Clear Sky. Call of Pripyat, the world was a lot more truly open, so they could throw maybe like a thicker pack of dogs at you, and it's more threatening now because you can't just cheese them as easily. I'm really just hoping that S2 raises the stakes on the combat that much more. Honestly, if I was only going off of everything I've been shown from trailers, I'd probably be like a little bit more worried for the combat. But after the time I had spent playing at PAX West, it convinced me right away that there is a difference in what you see with trailers and what I'll call journalist mode versus when you're actually just playing the game and the AI doesn't fuck around. Like they're actually just unleashed upon you versus when versus when they're trying to get maybe like a cinematic angle for a trailer or something like that. So maybe they dull the response of the NPCs. Like
you could tell.
Yeah. Like that car park fight when in the Blast trailer that we saw, like it sounded amazing, but you could tell like there was that one guy over on the right when he's crouched behind the car. I'm like, that guy would have lit me up. That guy would have shot and killed you so fast.
It was like very Call of Duty feeling where you go out behind cover and they just stand there for a bit, look at you, you look at them, they give you a little bit, and you're just like, I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Right, yeah, like a little bit too much.
No, the gameplay didn't play like that at all. But I think they mentioned way long ago that they were dumbing the trailers down hardcore just for the sake of like having the trailer, but then the gameplay was never going to be like that. But no, definitely when we got to try it though, like the NPCs act exactly as like we would expect them to.
Exactly. Yeah, so when I see comments in some of the videos, I'm like, how come, Tommy, you're not bringing up how dumb the fucking AI looks? So you're a shill for GSE. I'm just like, man, I've brought this up before. Like, watch the podcast,
like,
bitch. No, I'm like, no, but for real, it's like, yeah, I mean, there's a difference between what you see in the trailers versus what you play in the game. I think the funny thing is, we've gotten so used to having the original trilogy for 16 years. Just go back and look at the trailers for those games. And like think of how different those trailers, what you would think the games are versus once you actually get your hands on them after seeing those media materials. Like Call of Pripyat had that one trailer where like where you fight the Burr and he's like throwing the box at you. That was like some of the only real gameplay representative footage that they showed, and even then it was like really stylized and cinematic and didn't feel like exactly how like a bear fight would go down. It was trying to impress the player through cinematics. So yeah. Did you just go through an anomaly, Linux?
Yeah.
Yeah, Discord being Discord. It just randomly shuts off.
Is that what it did?
Didn't touch anything. Okay.
Discord anomalies.
But gameplay. A minor thought on the gameplay, since you mentioned the map being so open. Now, do you think they're gonna further exaggerate bullet drop because the maps are so big? like it's like Zaton and Jupiter kind of over again.
Yes,
I think
and
you have to kind of make snipers not that good, right? You can't just have everyone.
that
Sniper
last
everything.
trailer when
mentioned
the AS Valley, you could see the
Awful.
drop.
Yeah.
And then when he grabbed the I can't remember what it's like an
Trajectory.
R9 or something. I can't remember what that rifle was called.
And
But
so-
but the one that was
and
packing that
71
hell of a
Super.
punch, you could tell that
But I
that
like
was
that.
it fired so much more flat. I like that too. Yeah, you're
I'm-
getting more of a simulation in the weapons.
Yeah, even though it's not super realistic. I mean, the bullets don't drop that fast, but it's important because else the map is a bit too open, and you can, if you see something hundreds of meters out, you can just get rid of it.
You just don't want that
It should
hit
be-
scan feel like Doom,
Yeah,
like
it needs to
old
be
Doom.
really difficult to hit a target on a map this big, or a bit difficult from that far away, I would say.
I agree. All right, so we've got a couple of our community members in the Discord voice channel. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump in here to bring them up real quick, and we're gonna take questions from the community. Holy shit, this is a first.
Yeah.
It's a first for
Let's
the
go.
podcast. So we'll hop in
Cool
here
turn.
and yeah, we'll see what questions the boys have or topics they want to go ahead and bring up here. So let's see. Oh wait, how do I? Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on. Maybe.
Drag.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to drag everybody into that channel. Is that possible? Hold on. You know what? Maybe I can do a. We can add people to the call. It's always possible.
Yep.
I mean, we could probably just move over to
Manually.
Oh yeah,
manually
yeah.
to the
Yeah,
and
you
you
guys-
just
you
or
guys
just go
wanna-
to the
We just
Discord,
manually
you
do
know?
the thing.
Yeah, we would just have to. You guys want to just flip into general then, real quick?
Yeah, why not?
All right, perfect.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, stalkers. Oh, and we have no camera anymore. That's
We are
unfortunate.
we are
I'm,
invading the
Wait, no,
bar.
I can.
Yeah, I got.
can start my camera here.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
camera's coming back up. Hold on. Just about to fix it so that we have it back on the stream. Let me see. Copy. Paste. Oh, not that one. That one. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So guys, don't be shy. Who wants to ask a question?
Yeah, come on, guys.
All right, let's see. Yeah, we got a bunch of folks in here. Deadly Bird, my man, what's good, dude?
Hello.
Yeah,
First
Bird.
of all, it's good to be here and talk with you guys. So, first of all, how are we feeling? 3 days left and the last weekend.
Hell yeah, man!
Actual hype.
Excited.
Let's
Excited.
So, the
It feels
proper
unreal,
question is,
actually. It feels like it's not actually like going. Like I keep feeling like I'm going to wake up and like it's
It's
not
still gonna
be real.
be 3
Surprise,
days.
Yeah,
it's
like,
3
it
months
doesn't-
left.
It doesn't feel real. I know it's like in 3 days, but like I feel like it's a lie. Like I feel like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up. It's all gonna be a dream, a fever dream.
Relatable.
relatable. Also, the main question is, now that, for those who played the PAX demo and the preview, especially Styrian, do you guys think the story will be more like the original games, where you could just ignore it and do whatever you want and just do the parts, or is it going to be more on the rails for the new players? Like, do you guys think will
It's a
it be
good
like
question.
that or original?
That's a
It's-
tough one. I would say
Stay through
since
the demo.
yeah, I mean, I expect the game to have multiple endings. I kind of expect because we have it in Shadow of Chernobyl, and when you play the game, you just see that they try to go back to the roots of Stalker. So, if I would expect different endings, I would expect more freedom for the player, thus more freedom for people who just want to be like pretty wild and,
Yep.
just do things that you probably are not supposed to do. We know from the press, for example, that if NPCs get killed by other NPCs due to A-Life,
Yep.
things happen,
I heard a lot of
Not a
complaints
bug,
about
it's a
that.
feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really chuckled when I heard the press complaining about like
I don't
A-Life
like it.
killing one of her NPCs.
That guy
I
was
agree
not
with what
important
Staren's saying.
anyway.
NPC even can find artifacts and sell them for traders.
Yeah, Molit confirmed that. Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
Wild.
A lot of the media press did talk about how the world is basically open for your discretion, so you can explore it at your own leisure. And you know, if you want to do side quests, go ahead. If you want to do the main quests, go ahead. My guess is that it's probably going to be a lot less linear, just because they've built the world to be such a large, open, seamless world. I imagine the narrative is probably going to follow that type of design philosophy.
However, I don't think you're just going to be able to start out your game and walk into the power plant.
I agree with that. Yeah,
I doubt it.
Whether it's like
restrictions,
balancing or
yes.
something logistically holding you back physically, I agree with that. There will be progression in the world as well. I would say probably, yeah.
It's all locations. It's like mountains, water. It's like
Yeah. I mean, there are borders on the map, like natural borders, like rivers and stuff. So honestly, I think it will be like Shadow of Chernobyl. That's my expectation. It will be, when it comes to story building, Shadow of Chernobyl. One true ending, few different endings. That's what I expect. If I will get it, I don't know.
One canonical ending.
Yeah.
That's
I would
true,
say
yeah.
like I expect this to be like Shadow of Chernobyl.
But Shadow of Chernobyl have many gaps. I think Stalker 2 is fulfill them.
Yeah, you can play like you can finish Shadow of Chernobyl without getting the true ending just by ignoring quests. Sure.
I think many people is ending not canonical. It's like very hard to find this way. Yes.
Yeah.
Shadow of Chernobyl was physically set up in a very linear, like you go north as the story progresses kind of thing.
Yeah.
The map for Stalker 2 seems like it's much more
wide,
omnidirectional, where you're not just going straight the whole time upwards and you're just getting further as you go further up the map.
East, west, you have variations.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of different voyages that you do from different quests. So I think it's just going to like take you all over the place.
Yeah, it's just more like Call of Pripyat. Like in Call of Pripyat, you don't even know you're going to Pripyat. You're not even looking to go to the east to Pripyat. You're detective. You go follow your instincts and you go somewhere, right? It's not really like you're heading north or anything.
Just past full Pripyat. It's at all.
Yeah, it will feel like Gulp, I think.
Good question, Deadly. All right, El.P.E.R, my man, the one, the only, the resident shaman, the predictor of all that is Stalker. He hates when I say it, but goddamn, he's been on the money so many times. I'll never let him go for it.
Hello, Stalkers. How's it going?
Hey.
Stalker.
Hello, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Oh my god, I was still in high school when they announced this game. Oh my Jesus.
Wow.
But yeah, now that we're finally here, the final stretch, the final week, we have seen many previews, many trailers, many like impressions from people playing in the public, especially from you guys. And I just have the question of, what do you guys think the general audience / like media reviewers are gonna like receive this game? Because for all that we have gotten, it seems like it's gonna be Stalker. So is the public ready for Stalker? Like, is it ready to go back into the zone, or are they gonna think it's probably a little bit too old, a little bit too outdated? A lot of things have happened in the last 15 years, so I do wonder like what's gonna what's the score gonna be, like a general prediction.
I think they'll have the benefit of a lot of people not even like having anything to go off of as a basis. I think Stalker 2 is going to have a huge audience that's going to have in a way the benefit, I guess, of going at it completely new and just not having, I think most people won't really have much of an expectation besides of just like what GSC has shown in the media for all the people who are new to it. And the thing that I will question is just like, I'm just curious if it will be like when you talk about like media and stuff, how they'll be like, I'm curious if we'll get the same kind of reviews that was with the other ones where it'll be our more casual audience going to still find this too much of a challenging game or too much of like much to handle. Like, and I don't think so, because I think their whole goal is to have it opposite of that. But obviously we also still want it to be a bit more of a hardcore survival experience, because that's like the draw of Stalkers, that it's not meant to be casual in any kind of way. But I think they do have the benefit of luring in a lot of people who just like are going to be completely fresh to it, and it's
keep in mind we live in the post Miyazaki era now. I think Dark Souls and that whole genre of games, you know, people they always, people who are not familiar with S.T.A.L.K.E.R always say, oh, it's the Dark Souls of FPS type shit. So there's essentially like, and that's one of the reasons I hate to even bring up Dark Souls, but it's inevitably true that it set a standard for the public perception of like mainstream hardcore game experiences. Like Elden Ring kind of didn't give a shit about how the player felt. It was get good or go adventure somewhere else. The game wasn't going to like cater to you if you got stuck at a certain boss fight or something like that. So I am very thankful for that, because it feels like it laid down a lot of groundwork for a game like S.T.A.L.K.E.R to come in and just immediately be received by the mainstream, because now it doesn't seem like this weird outlier that doesn't fit any mold that they're familiar with. Now when people see this game, they'll be like, oh, it's hardcore, it's kind of like Dark Souls, right? Which I know we're all dying of cringe inside just hearing that statement, but once again, we're talking about the mainstream, so for them it kind of gives like, it opens the door a little bit for them to think, oh, maybe this is something I'll enjoy. I liked those Dark Souls games, you know, that type of shit.
I like that struggle. Maybe I can feel that struggle anew.
Yeah, just a little bit worried that's gonna be the reviewers are gonna really try to drive that point home too much, that it's too hardcore, because I don't think it's gonna be that hardcore when you actually do play it, but if they're gonna really hammer that point down, it's could be a bit much. But
I think that all depends on how they balance the normal difficulty mode. Really, all comes down to balancing.
We have to be real that S.T.A.L.K.E.R is not a hardcore survival game, but it's an RPG shooter or a shooter with
immersive
RPG elements.
shooter, yes.
Yeah, or an immersive shooter.
Immersive part matters.
So I'm not really concerned about the new people that come to S.T.A.L.K.E.R or the media. I'm rather concerned about the people that just know, like we said before, Anomaly, Gamma, Escape from Pripyat. But still, like, that's perfectly fine if they want to wait for their mod and play the game with their mod. That's cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's
what mods are for.
It's a new page of mods.
It's going to be a vocal minority anyways. I think that crowd of people is a very small amount. It's maybe a few thousands of people. It's not gonna matter, I think. But
but still, I have no grudge against them. Like,
no, I feel like the game is going to be difficult in a similar way as the OGs, but this time around, the difference is that GSC is actually giving the new players the tools to learn and understand how the game works.
Yes,
exactly.
Which was not the case before.
That's true.
100%.
It was sink or swim before, and you weren't really equipped with the knowledge to figure out how to swim.
Like now they're kind of teaching you basically, but still efficiently, like how to use the bolts and stuff like this. And I think for this reason, even people who might find this game challenging will it will be easier for them to adapt and learn it. It's not like Call of Pripyat where you spawn in the middle of nowhere and you have zero explanations, right?
Go forward.
So I think I see a lot of talks about potentially a large portion of people review bombing the game. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but I don't think these will ever like make a good mark in contrast to all the positive reviews that are gonna come in.
Agreed.
I'm pretty sure the game will be very positively viewed.
Yeah.
I feel like people are pretty good too. Like review bombing's been such a consistent tactic of a lot of games lately that I feel like also a lot of gamers are getting used to the fact of just ignoring review bombs and realizing that there's not a lot of legitimacy behind a good chunk of them anyway. So I think even if like it does like get like review bombed by certain people,
S.T.A.L.K.E.R
won't have like that much of an effect anyway compared to like as you said, the positive that it's getting.
Just S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is like a very good target for review bombing.
It is. It is.
Obviously, just the political climate.
We have one big reason for doing it now.
There's one big reason.
Yes.
That even more so, I agree with Terrance's point, because everybody's kind of like just waiting for the next foot to drop. Like every time there's a new trailer, you get a new wave of low-tier dissenting opinions. It's like they keep showing more of the game, and it's always more quality. And they're like, shit, I can't point at the game and say it's shit now. So how am I going to bash on it? well, then they just say off the wall shit. We've all seen the comments 100 times over.
Yep.
I've got a video collecting dust talking about that fact. Like,
Where is the video, Tommy?
It's
Where
coming.
is the video?
I've seen it.
But I mean, but that's what I mean is that people are now they're primed to expect it for obviously the wrong reasons. And I agree with Taryn. They're not going to even take it seriously. They're going to be like, oh, it's scorned people who are upset or have an agenda at that point. And it'll probably show.
We've been seeing it for a long time. We've been seeing that dialect for a long time, and you're seeing it even more so. And again, and it's not even like, and again, review bombing is not even unique with like any game now. It's just like you see anything happen, like when Blizz had Overwatch come on Steam, review bomb because they've been doing so shit. Like it's just a common thing that people are just seeing like review bombs happen, and sometimes it's warranted. Most of the time, it's not. But I think most people are used to just not. I think most people are good at not just diving into like media rot and just like immediately like, oh, this is what this is, and then believing it.
Like I'd like to think that people are smarter at reading between the lines. Like when you read these comments, if you're a person of intelligence, you can pretty quickly pick up on like, oh, this person has some really weird, strange bias, or they're not really talking about anything about the game itself. Like these don't seem like really valid criticisms. Otherwise, you're more likely to pay attention and be like, oh, this person might actually be bringing up a valid point. But when it's just like that low tier toxic, it's like, oh, disregard, move on. Like they just shoot themselves in the foot at that point. Because if they were formulating like a complex point about the game itself, they wouldn't be making a hate comment in the first place. So it's like, if people are that easily swayed by like weird comments like that, I don't care about their opinions anyway. I'm just being real.
I'm the same.
That's fair.
Cool. All right, so next on our list, Gunslinger, my boy. What's good? Vegeta.
The Gunslinger.
The one and only. Where's he at? Bro, I think you're I think you're having a Discord moment, bro. Check your audio playback devices to make sure the
Discord moments.
Everyone is having that today. Literally everybody. Classic. Yeah, he's figuring it out. I think he just jumped out. Probably gonna jump back in. Don't worry, bro. We'll give you a moment. Gaia, my man, you're up. It's a good question. All right, well, community, who would like to go next? You guys can unmute.
Yeah.
Oh, Gunslinger is back.
Is your mic working?
We still don't hear him.
We'll give him a few more moments. TJ, bro, I know you got your mic sorted out, man. Where you at?
Hey, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's going on, TJ?
Hello, TJ.
Hey. Well, the question I have in particular is one I'm sure a lot of people might be interested in. I'm focused on the northeast part of this map, the snow. If it is a real thing, if it's not just fables and fairy tales, about what the place would look like, what people would wear, what kind of artifacts you would find in a cold climate, and if there is anything in particular that is only shown in that part of the world because solely of how cold it is.
It'd be awesome to have interactions with the thermal anomalies if that happened. Like something special with the burner anomalies. Definitely something you could do with them.
You could do some interesting puzzles with that, I feel
there
like.
There might be some arch anomalies that could freeze you.
Yep.
Yeah,
probably. The opposite of volt anomalies, they're gonna.
That way we have all of the elements in the game now.
That would be something to capitalize on. I agree. Kind of reminds me of the Duke Nukem freeze ray. Imagine like freezing a stalker and then they break apart into like chunks of glass. That'd be fucking sick.
Also, technically, you could reuse a stat for burn resist for ice resist, right? Because it's to resist burning. It's the same as having ice resist. It's the same like type of damage you're taking.
Or maybe, maybe even a new type of mutant like the Cryogeist.
Yo, what a sick fucking name!
The Cryogeist.
That's a sick ass name!
Yeah.
Cryogeist!
It slows you or freezes
you. GSC takes notes.
Yeah. Writing that shit down furiously. DLC. It's coming in the DLC.
Okay, so
we have some mythical places in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games, like the Klondike of artifacts, Eternal Spring.
Yeah.
If we would
the
find,
Klondike.
if we would find like those places in the game, like the Oasis, for example, that would be insane.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go speculating here. I think the snow area is gonna remain like a legend for the time being, but probably it's gonna be added in
Until
a DLC, right?
DLC,
Yeah.
And
I'm getting the
yeah,
feeling that
yeah, GSC said that in the DLCs they're going to explore new gameplay like
Mechanics, yes.
mechanics,
heat
and
tank,
that could very well be tied
heat meter.
to like the
I could see that.
this area being frozen. Like that would change anything.
Yep.
Like, what if your character is actually like sliding on the ground?
Yeah, friction
What if-
modifiers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Snow anomalies, new snow anomalies. Too.
Yes, no anomalies. Like
Yeah.
Push you.
we've
Things
had
that, like,
that in mods.
Frost you.
Thicker
slow
snow.
You.
Maybe does it slow the
New
mutants
mutants,
down when
as
they're
you
chasing
said,
you?
like-
Does it
Yeah.
slow you down or
Wow.
something? Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
like a frozen lake that has a gravitational anomaly you might slide into if you're not careful.
Yeah,
Hell
just
yeah.
slowly pulls
Like-
you towards it.
Yeah.
Like
very slowly.
like the lake is frozen and there's a crater, and if you misstep, you're sliding down into it and you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
have more items in your inventory, you're more likely to break through the ice because of the weight.
Wow. Okay.
The heavier.
We're
you
fucking
I think that's a
cooking
bit-
right now, dude. We're cooking right
That's a
now.
bit
You
much,
crack
but,
and everything too, and then you get your warning, the weight that starts
Yeah.
cracking. You go pick up
Yeah,
the
you
stash.
hear more of the
Oh.
cracking. You got to be careful.
I mean,
Wow.
that especially makes sense because this area seems to be located over the water pond, right? It's over the water pond.
Dude, that would be so sick if you couldn't carry
so-
items across the pond. You had to like travel really light, otherwise you fall through the ice.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the other side, now you're down on resources against like tough enemies or something like that. You could do so
Yeah.
many things with this.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for how it looks, we got a special artwork where we see the snow area. So yeah, it's like, let's be honest, it's real. It's real.
From the collector's edition.
Yeah, exactly. I can pull
Yes.
up the art if you want. I have it
Sure.
somewhere.
I was gonna say,
I didn't see it, but,
Klondike of artifacts is such a great phrase. Did you guys see the cooking video that the guy did on YouTube? I think he was like a partnership with GSE, but he's got a cooking channel and he cooks ribs, but it's S.T.A.L.K.E.R aesthetic. And the
I
and
didn't see that. I haven't seen
Okay.
that.
yeah, it's from a channel with like 1 million views. It just came out, but I couldn't I couldn't help but think of something similar when Starion said Klondike of artifacts. I was like, hang on a minute. Klondike ice cream bars has an opportunity to do a pro gamer move and make a Klondike of artifacts special edition Klondike ice cream bar. Let's go. I'm just saying,
What would you do
GSE,
for
if you're listening, hit up
everything?
hit up Klondike ice cream and be like, hey, artifact Klondike bar. Just saying. The collaboration you never know you needed.
I mean, I think it's a phrase from Shadow of Chernobyl when.
It's an old
But-
lore phrase, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, it was dropped several times when there was speculation what is north of the brain scorcher.
Hmm.
So man, I really would love to see those wondrous places.
Yep.
I
Like
put the
Limansk.
artwork.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
this art. Yep. Oh, this looks like the ribs anomaly.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Would make sense.
Yeah, that definitely looks like the ribs, kinda. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, that was a solid question, TJ. All right, we'll come swing back around. Gunslinger, were you able to get started out, buddy?
Hello guys, sorry.
No
Sorry
worries,
for
man.
my-
No worries.
It's working,
Welcome,
man.
mate.
I have
Hello.
pushed the talk regime on my.
You're
I'm
good,
sorry.
brother. You're good,
It
man.
works.
Don't worry, man. Great
I
you're
have
here.
interesting question, but I think you maybe don't like it. But will S.T.A.L.K.E.R win a game of the year, or just will be like nominated for like category on the Game Awards? So
You goddamn better
Something.
win.
Dude.
Next year though, right?
yeah,
think
man,
it's
this
possible
year,
anymore.
2024.
No, the nominations are already open. I don't think it's gonna be possible to enter.
It's a for 22 November release. So
Yeah.
Yes,
I've
it's-
heard so many things about whether they would be eligible or not.
I heard
I mean-
they were closing early or some shit like that. They
Yeah,
started,
but
I don't know why.
technically, it was open up to the
22
November
November.
22.
Yes.
No,
So the game technically should be eligible,
it should be.
but it's still unclear. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
difficult
saying,
question.
if they do not have the game nominated at the next Game Awards, then the Game Awards means fuck all in my eyes. I'm just being honest. I don't care.
At least
like,
in
what? We
2025.
didn't make it by a day or two? Fuck you. Make an exception. Come on, dude. This is one of the most biggest titles of the year. We're not gonna just miss out on at least nominating it. That would drive me up the wall. I'll be so mad. Oh, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started. I better.
Tommy is mad.
I better see, dude. I better see.
He is already mad.
I need to see Maria and Yevgen go on stage and take that award so I can just fucking clap my heart out and cry at home, man. It's deserved. They at least deserve a shot at it. They at least deserve to get a shot at it.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, if they are able to be nominated, they will have a very small time window to do so. But you can bet your boots if they will be nominated, I will be spamming my social media so people can vote.
Oh my god.
Everyone is. Holy shit.
We'll be showing out for that. That will be a community event.
We all can do in the faction wars. We're just gonna do that, but for like everybody and everything.
Yeah.
We'll have we'll do that Predator moment where we do the handshake, the Loners and Freedom coming together, so Stalker 2 gets Game of the Year. Like, you son of a bitch!
Exactly.
All right, we're in this together now.
Like, we all got to group up. We all on the same team now, everybody.
That's right.
We all stalkers in the zone. Let's go. We're winning this shit.
It has to happen. It has to at least get nominated.
Legendary.
I mean, we have to be
such a legendary comeback. Absolutely.
Yeah. And we have to be clear about one thing, guys. You all saw which impact the original Stalker games had. The devs were gone for years, and Stalker was having a renaissance. These games were blooming because of the community. Imagine what we will have when Stalker 2 will be the game we all expect it to be. Imagine what we will have the years after that, what the community will do, what the devs will be able to do. Like, this is why I'm so excited but also nervous, because this will be a massive milestone in gaming history for all of us.
It's been a
even bigger
long
than the
journey.
release of Shadow of Chernobyl.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels like everything's just starting, even though it's already been so long.
It's just the beginning, It's just the beginning.
I'm way too excited,
you're right.
man.
I'm afraid and happy in one.
Anxious,
I think we all are.
excited, nervous.
I think all of us have a level of anxiety. Like, when you're super, like, when something means something so much to you, like, you're even more scared. Like, it's going to be something that you wouldn't want or whatever. But yeah, like, the anxiety is super building, but it's just like.
That must be like what it feels like if you were to go into the zone for real, though. That excitement, nervousness, the elements of danger. Like, you want to do it, but you know, like, he may not come back out. Like, that's a lot of emotional layers process.
It's like real stalkers.
No waiting anymore. What to do now? Next.
What do we do with it? What do I do with myself? Wait for DLC. All right.
Wait for DLC. Hey, unite.
Dude, sometimes after I finished the video, I had this exact paralysis. I was sitting in front of my PC, released the video, and thought, "What am I going to do?" Like, I don't even want to. The thing is, I don't even. There are other great games that you can play, Zero Sievert, Machinki, whatever, great games, but I just don't feel like playing them right now because all I can think is Stalker.
Yeah.
It's like eating appetizers while there is a massive main course right in front of you.
You can't. I've been thinking about that when I saw that they have the I don't know if anyone's tried the Metro VR yet, but I saw that they came out with it and I've been wanting to give it a go. But same thing, I'm thinking, man, with Stalker, I'm like,
it looks fun.
Like, I can't find, like, well, I'm not even home anyway, so I can't. But I'm just like, I've been wanting to try it out, but I'm like, man, I'm gonna come home, maybe get to play Stalker and then leave. I've been wanting to try that too, but same thing. It's just it's hard to think about any other games. Like, with Stalker right around the corner, it's just like the only thing on the mind. It's like, I don't even want to try to get it. I don't even want to try to get into anything else. Part of me is like, oh, I should start this other game that I have, and I'm just like, no, like, we don't even need that right now.
The zone is calling.
Yeah, you can't focus on anything else now.
No, yep. Not at all.
Relatable. Commissar, stand up, Clear Sky Gang.
Clear Sky Gang, baby.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, doing all right.
All right, so I have a pretty long question. Actually, it's in two parts. Because it's kind of more adjacent to the game and pointed more towards Starion. But as a fellow costume maker, how do you see the costume making scene changing with the new character.
Yo, let's
looks
go.
and
Good
new
question.
suits in the game, you know, because we have seen many updated designs for the Sunrise suit, for the Seva, for you know and overall I would say they have more realistic looks of like the gear and everything. And I guess for everyone else, how are we feeling about the new character designs?
Okay. You're asking me a difficult question because the last time I played this game was like 1 month ago, so I have to reach really far back into the backs of my brain to get memories from the Sunrise suits. But luckily, we have a Sunrise suit in my recent video, and you can tell that it was reworked. One of the major reworks of the Sunrise suit is not only that it has more detail, but you have straps for the oxygen tanks, finally. Because in the original games, the oxygen tanks were just levitating on your back.
That was an
on my
anomaly.
cosplay, we're doing that too, because there were more straps. In the new games, the vest for the Sunrise suits actually has like buckles to hook into, which is good, like rings. I would say the new character design gives us more opportunity for our costume makers that either have access to tailors or are good in tailoring themselves, because the costumes have much more detail. But I think it might be more difficult for starters that make costumes that are more basic, like the loner outfits, because you have many more basic
intricate
costumes,
pieces.
I would say. Yeah, intricate pieces, like mixtures of Adidas pants, hoodies, like nothing that you would say that is iconic, that is very recognizable.
You
like,
mean a Biba's, right?
I made like a video about beginner stalker costumes and released it this week, where I actually talk about this topic, that just throwing clothes together and calling it stalker will be difficult because people will not recognize it. So I really hope that we will get some starter suits that are maybe inspired by a Gorka or something, that cosplayers that just want, to start out in the stalker costuming game have a chance, like a low entry level, to actually make their first costume. That would be really great, because right now I see that this might be difficult because the basic gear
Attention
of
to
the
detail.
yeah, like the very basic low-key loners that you see in the Stalker trailers have just random clothing, but they lack the iconic
jackets,
designs,
jeans, big black boots, like things like that.
Yeah, and it has to, like, of course we had less variety of designs in the original Stalker games. That's the point. So when you saw Loner, he could either have a leather jacket or a coat, maybe a sunrise suit, and if you saw him in exoskeleton, he was like Legend Stalker. Same with bandits. Coat, leather jacket, and maybe the bandit suit from Call of Pripyat, the brown one. That's it. So that's all that you had in variety. Now, big variety also means less recognizability.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge.
True.
And also, I will have to rework the sunrise suit, of course. So that will be my project for the upcoming winter, where we have no conventions. I'll actually sit down, take 3,000 screenshots of the new sunrise suit, and try to recreate it, but based on military surplus, so other people can do it as well. Because I want more sunrise suit stalkers out there, and I'll make a video where people with at least mediocre skills can, like at least with mediocre crafting skills and some basic sewing machine, will be able to follow the instructions.
No, yeah, that'd be cool. Because I would love to like be able to like do like a cosplay even like close to yours, but like I have zero. Like I have a sewing machine, zero. Like I can make a pillow. I can make you all a fabulous pillow that is unaligned, but I can do that. And
hold up, can I get a S.T.A.L.K.E.R pillow?
Like a Japanese love pillow with S.T.A.L.K.E.R on it.
I guess if you find me fabric with S.T.A.L.K.E.R on it, or give me like a little printout, I can make you a S.T.A.L.K.E.R pillow. Oh my god, what if I cut it out to be like where it was like exactly shaped like his head and everything? Was it like a square, just be like a shaped pillow, and then you could like snuggle it? Oh my god, now I kind of want to do that. All right, how can we make this happen? I'll figure it out.
We need S.T.A.L.K.E.R pillow.
We need that now.
Honestly, this could be the best gift for someone who actually is a monolith. Like, get him like one of those Japanese love pillows with monoliths on it with the rock.
Oh my
God!
Yeah.
I swear I've seen that already on a meme, or I've seen a monolith pillow already. I don't know where, but I swear I've seen it.
There was that one girl on the 100 Rads bar on Facebook who did cosplay, and she posted a picture and she made a S.T.A.L.K.E.R pillow. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was like, damn, these monolith psyops are getting really elaborate. You gotta hit her up and be like, okay, it's gonna sound weird. How do I get one of these pillows?
The girl with the blue hair?
Yeah.
I can't. I have her. I can't remember her name. Starts with an M. I just am shit with.
It's
I'm,
Apocalypsa.
Yes,
That's her page.
But I can't remember. I think her name starts with an M though, right?
Don't ask me. I just know her as Apocalypsa. So that's.
We
that's
just
like
friended
also her
each other
Facebook
like
page.
3 days ago on Facebook, but I don't know names for shit. I can find out. But yeah, her stuff is super cool. I like her. Like she does like this adorable Freedom waifu thingy.
Yeah, like she even made like a picture of
Yes.
Freedom in like a maid uniform or something like that, or school uniform, mashed up with Freedom. So that was quite wild.
That is
Tommy's face right now.
Just Tommy's face right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a meme queen, bro. She does it for the memes.
Send those details to my PDA. No.
Yeah, send it right now, mate.
Yep. Thanks. That was a good question, Commissar. Thank you, man.
Part 2?
The part 2 was about what we think about the new designs, I guess.
I have just one big opinion about the new suits. I really like how instead of feeling like they're more made for general protection, it seems like really specialized protection, like on the arms.
Yeah.
For like if a dog was about to bite you in the arm, they can just stick their arm out, and it's
like that you
so
do.
on
That
several
that
suits.
in one of the trailers too. Is that they catch
Yeah.
the dog by the arm?
I mean, you can tell they have mutant tear-resistant suits. They are made for tearing and biting, not for bullets. Some of them parts, like the bulletproof vest, and then the arms are more like for mutants. Because it makes sense you would try to ward off attacks with your arms. You don't have a shield, you know. You have
especially the ward suits, right?
Yeah.
It
the
seems
ward
like-
suits.
Ward suits have like this padding.
Extra padding. I love that design.
The reinforcements they're very logical to, you know, uniforms that you're going to be like crawling around on the ground. You're going to be rubbing up against concrete and jagged, sharp corners of like broken pieces of wood and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely seems a lot more accurate to how you would put a suit together that's going to take damage in those common areas of abrasion and such. Kind of reminds me of how Starion made that video about how to rough up your sunrise suit. And he's like, these are the areas of your suit that are going to rub in and take more damage. So scuff these areas more. And it ends up making like the suit look more realistic. It seems like all of those details are represented even in the new outfits.
Yeah.
So really impressive stuff.
Okay. Many
Also, I like
variations
that
of
they-
old suits.
Also, I like that they use more materials in the new Sunrise suits. Like, I think they have leather elements in it.
They look more practical. They used to look more stylized, and now it feels like they're more like grounded to the reality that they're in, if that makes sense.
And you have no idea what kind of torture that is, sitting here knowing that out there, the new Sunrise suits already exist, and I just can't take any damn screenshots of them. I'm so hard to recreate those things.
Soon.
I'm so down for the cosplay game. It's insane.
Yep. It's gonna be hard.
3 days.
Yeah, and also the artifacts. Like, I love that they are much more detailed because it's some artifacts were really hard to interpret and recreate as 3D prints because you just had no idea how they would, you know, look in real.
Yeah.
True that. All right, let's see. Any other questions, guys? I think we've got a few other people in here that want to ask. Let's see. Oh, Bali hopped in here. Bali, what's good, brother?
Hello.
Привет,
Good
Stalker.
podcast, everyone. My question is a bit different from what everyone else has been discussing for now, and I'm gonna talk about like the multiplayer maps. So every boss game, there's gonna be something new in like some multiplayer map. Like I guess we found out in Shadow of Chernobyl, like there's always something unique. And now with the large maps, are we gonna get like Battlefield style games, or even the maps themselves? Are like how unique do you think they'll get?
That's a good question. They have the chance to really scale up.
I would love to see them remake the old maps from S.T.A.L.K.E.R, the little mini arenas. To just
Yeah.
make the smaller arenas.
You remember the swimming pool? That would be.
Azure
that was
swimming
pretty good.
pool, baby. That was the best map on Call of Pripyat.
Swimming pool arena.
Hell yeah.
Man.
So in Call of Pripyat, I think the Pripyat map itself has like some hidden tunnels and stuff in like the main map area, which I don't think we could access in like the actual game. So that was like new to see in COP. So hopefully, who knows? That's just since some of you have not to break the NDA, but I guess some of you guys have some knowledge. So
Bro, I
any
have.
NDA. What do you
I'll be-
mean?
Bro, I'll be dead honest with you. I have no information about the multiplayer. Not at all. This is a topic I completely forgot to ask about, and I wish I knew anything, but damn, I don't. I just hope that I don't want any extraction shooter. Like I have heard people that they want like
It's
a
not gonna
mode
be
where they
that.
can
That's
extract
ripped
I
off.
stuff.
love
No, no.
extraction shooters though.
No.
I would
I
honestly,
love that too, but
I wouldn't love to try. I wouldn't be mad about it. I'm not gonna lie. It would. I bet you would be aggravating as hell. But that's part of the fun of extraction shooters. They're like this weird anxiety-driven piece of like mess, but like
Yeah, but
it
it's
gets you so
Stalker.
engrossed.
You can you
but
can
it's development
easily.
time.
We have
from the developers.
man, yeah, but honestly, we have so many extraction shooters. I just want one thing. I want the original Stalker
Fair.
matches, the team
Death
death matches,
Yeah, the
where you
team
kill
death.
people, get money, buy guns. That's all that I desire.
The classic
Correct.
multiplayer is terrific stuff, but I think we all kind of have to address the elephant in the room. It's not enough in 2024.
No.
No.
You know, you're like guys,
No.
like the core community will enjoy it, but in order for the multiplayer to blossom, it needs to be relevant, and it's competing against hero shooters and everything else. Which doesn't mean it has to change what it is, but it does need to offer some variety. You know, the same way that we bring up that mods allow, you know, people to tailor the single player experience so that they can get more different approaches. The multiplayer kind of has to do the same thing. Like like Halo Infinite, the multiplayer died, and there was a lot of debate in the community on whether Battle Royale would have saved it, or if they had basically included more relevant multiplayer modes that other games were doing at the time so that it didn't fade away. I think that there's a little bit of truth to that for Stalker. Like if you were going to do an extraction shooter, for example, okay, well, how do you make it unique now that it's Stalker? Here's a great example. Tarkov suffers with people trying to get out with loot from the exit points because people camp them. And, you know, it's the rat strat. Everybody knows the fucking rat strategy, right? So, okay, really easy to combat that in a game like Stalker. Okay, throw in a blowout or dynamic anomalies, something that makes it so that now you can't camp. Now you're including elements that are natural to the universe. You are fixing issues with the gameplay, like how Clear Sky did grenades to try and balance the problems that Shadow of Chernobyl had. Everything is reacting to a problem. Whereas like in a game like Tarkov, it doesn't have any of these supernatural elements or anything to lean into. So it would be very gamey to do something that would force people to move. Like, for example, if you camp, you get like a little alert that says, hey, you're camping, you have to move, or you get a penalty. That's cheesy as shit. But Stalker would not have to do any of that. You could be really clever in the way that you implemented that type of multiplayer design. And that's ultimately that's what people are going to want. They're going to want either casual playlists, team deathmatch, capture the artifact, a whole deathmatch, etc. Those are great. You have to have those. Then free for all. Then you've got your maybe battle royale or your extraction modes or something like that. Faction wars. Faction wars is a great example. And you could introduce progression. Where if you fight for your faction and you do better and you get better stats, now you're a captain. Then you're a general for your faction. You get better perks or something like that. Like
just leaderboards.
You have the global map of the zone and factions. It's control some points and capture.
Basically a conquest mode like in Battlefield 1.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many options.
Like a campaign that you just play, and that would be fine too. And I would really love to know whether multiplayer will also have mod support, because like that would go crazy.
I also would love to. I'd love to see like deathmatch and capture the artifact. Okay, you've got the teams pitting against each other. Okay, well now there's mutants on the map. Like there's a lot of things that you can do to really make it more dynamic and tricky than it originally would have been.
And even a mission happening like during the deathmatch.
Yes,
forcing you to go inside.
Yes, that would be
indoor
awesome.
fighting.
Everybody's running through the doors. You're trying to avoid getting kill boxed from the front door. Oh,
it does
that
sound
could be
fun,
amazing.
Man. I thought that wouldn't be hype for multiplayer, but if you actually make it good, if the developers just puts in some work, it could actually be fun.
And it could really do a lot for the franchise for keeping it. I don't want to say relevant, but keeping it in the multiplayer space for games in general.
A lot about multiplayer.
I know Tommy is gonna like organize some crazy tournaments once the multiplayer is is out and yeah, I will be in this time around. I will be in.
Yeah,
I will come back to the multiplayer games in S.T.A.L.K.E.R for the tournament.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. We're gonna have really good tournaments for S.T.A.L.K.E.R too.
I think the reason we have basically no information about the multiplayer, apart from the fact that it's gonna be PvP and we'll have deathmatch, like that's basically the only thing we know. I think that's because they've actually not really started working on it. They've been focusing on finishing up the single player.
The story first.
I think like
next year.
My expectation is that they already have IDs for it, but they haven't really like started developing. And skins.
Skins are playing for sure. Can't forget those.
It's a single player too, so
I can't wait for the first meme with you guys are acting like you were better than me, and you have like all the people with different skins from the pre-order versions sitting there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Classic.
I guess the best timing would be like people like the game releases, people play the single player a couple of times.
A few times, yes.
And then they're like, okay, what's next? Boom! Update on the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then DLCs.
Bring a new wave to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's a smart choice. Even if they had the multiplayer ready, I think it's smart to even just delay it a bit.
Because it'd be a way for people who might be more casual to it, or again we're all obviously gonna play it through like a million times, but like it's a good strat just to have once someone's already most likely like gone through the game at least once or twice if they wanted to, and then it'll be a reason to bring you back and start it up again at incentive just to relaunch.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't want to compete with themselves. Give the campaign time to breathe and then come back to rebuild the hype with this new feature.
Yeah. I'm glad.
It's wise.
And it can even be in several steps, right? Like, for example, they just release simple deathmatch at the beginning, and then they keep releasing
more
other
game modes as they go along.
Yep.
Just focus on one and update it as they go along.
I mean, they've said they're going to support this game for a long time, so that's really exciting as well. Like, we don't only have the release to look forward to. They're gonna keep like updating this game.
There will be many free patches, like hardware RTX in the future.
Yep. Solid.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I hope it goes well for the longevity. Like, I don't want it to be a live service thing, but still having like an active multiplayer scene is pretty good in modern day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just one with decent servers and not modded to death servers. Like Clear Sky has right now.
Dude, you haven't played Death Race with us. It is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
We gotta play that sometime.
Yes.
But on the other hand, this is not a question, but some people were wanting to play multiplayer. So after the podcast, if you guys are there, you can host something, Tommy.
It's either boobs or Stalker 2. It's either boobs
Other
or
than that,
Stalker 2.
Damn, I'll be down.
Next question. What do we got? We got a couple guys in here. Who wants to ask a question?
Come on, don't be shy. We don't fight.
I said come in. Don't stand there.
Don't stand there.
All right, so I got a question, but I'm sure you guys have seen either on the Ask GSC, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, or even in the internet, how the pre-order items are going to be in side quest stashes, and how we're gonna have a personal stash in the hubs. I just want to know how you guys feel about this. And I know Anomalies doesn't really like the idea of personal stashes being linked because I already talked about this with him on the chats. But I just want to know the general idea of this, and how do you guys feel about it?
Indifferent.
When you say personal stashes, are you talking about kind of like Resident Evil, where a stash box that's linked to other stash boxes?
It's
Okay, let
linked.
me
All
explain.
stashes is linked.
So
Yeah, Molly confirmed it.
a linked
I am
stash
not-
box that like a box that has items in one place has the same item somewhere else, I am not a fan
Yes.
of, because
No.
that just doesn't, that's not grounded.
You have to always plan for your trips in
Yeah.
the zone and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I always find my way of playing through the zone of like I think we probably all do. We make stashes in different places. Like okay, I'm gonna
Yes.
drop stuff off here because I'll probably come back, and if I need it, I have it here. And it's part of like the experience of like planning.
True.
And again, like and it's part. It also adds to the lore of the fact that people put stashes anywhere because you have to. You have to stash it where you think you can access it, and no one will find it.
But I'll bring to you the fact that Call Pripyat, Zaton, and Jupiter are basically very closely linked together, right? You just pay a guy 1,000 rubles to take you from Zaton to Jupiter. If it's very limited shared stashes like the Zaton and Jupiter stash in Call Pripyat, it would have been nice if those two stashes were linked, in my opinion. Like the busy work from going Zaton to Jupiter, back and forth, hopping back and forth with the guide. It's you could almost say it's pointless. You're just picking up stuff from your stash. Sometimes you have to go back and forth 3 times to pick your items up. I think
I've done that, yeah.
personally, there's a
tedious.
game called Darkwood. It has a service system where you pay a guy vodka, and the guy will literally take your items from your stash to your other stash.
I was
That's
gonna
it.
say something like that would be cool.
Ah,
Yeah, some
okay,
immersive
cool.
system where it would have been a little bit better. I would have preferred some
Like
system
you have
where
a runner.
You know what? I
runner.
think the best of both would be if you go to the other stash and you want items from the other stash box, you have to pay a penalty or a transport fee. And it says, do you want to access these items? It's going to cost you 50 credits or something like that.
Yeah, it's just
and then you're essentially paying the vodka man. That
It'd be
would
interesting if
that
they
would be
made you
cool.
wait on it too. Like since if you had to like wait for delivery, like how you have to wait for like, you know,
Yeah.
the nimble suit to be ready. It'd be interesting too to where like they give you that ability, but it's still not going to be like your immediate want it now. It's like, yeah, you hired a guy from Azatan to go over to Yanov and you gotta wait for him to get there with your shit.
That would be the ideal outcome, but I still think that for new players and for newcomers to the games, it could be just pretty annoying. I understand how inventory management isn't the most fun thing in games. So I
It's
understand
a
why.
good decision. It's a switch for the connected stash and not connected.
It's one of those things where
Decision though too.
Yeah, like I feel like
you have to be careful about having too much or too little. Like when you like play the games and stuff, sometimes it also feels like a survival decision of trying to be like having to be real selective of like, do I want to carry this extra? Do I want to have this extra stuff and so forth?
not all the stashes would also have to be linked. So if there's
we
like
don't
an
know the
example
extent,
like because like Lennox is explaining an example that makes linked stashes make a lot more sense, and you would want that, and then what Terrence is explaining makes a lot of sense, and I want that too. I feel like you could have both. Like if you run into like a gameplay snag where you're like, okay, the traversal aspect is getting in the way of just using the stash, it's not fun. Okay, you can come up with a workaround for that, whether it's linked stashes or an explanation for them or otherwise, and still not have all the stashes be linked, because that wouldn't make any goddamn sense either. Like,
no, because half of them are just like stalkers who just you found it on their PDA dead.
Yeah, and isn't the whole point of stashes, you know, like it was brought up by the narrator in that recent trailer where he talks about stalkers leaving items and taking items from stashes. And it seems like they've definitely kind of poked and teased at that a lot more, that you might leave something in a stash and another stalker might come and grab it, or he might grab something and leave something new in there that wasn't there before.
That would be cool.
So linked stashes could really derail that as like a whole. But if it's only a few select stashes for whatever extenuating reasons, then that makes perfect sense. I think that's a happy medium.
I would like to say, Tommy, what you said, Mullet specifically said that these stashes would only exist in hub spaces. So, like, not in the open world.
Okay.
So, like, in the hub bases. That's all.
I can see that.
Like Ross Talk or something. Like, you'd be at, like, you'd have to be at, like, a really good, like again, Clear Sky Ross Talk. You'd have to be at, like, a really set base to have, like, the linked ones, which, like, I think would, again, make sense. Because, again, most stashes are just out in the zone, under the tree, wherever, and so forth, or a lot of them are.
This is similar with the Witcher 3. I think it's like same in some way.
Yeah. Also, I remembered something interesting. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these stashes, like the boxes, the corpses and stuff, they will have a weight limit as well. I think I remember that.
Yes.
So maybe the linked stash will also have a limit.
Interesting. That would be a good balancing thing too.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because in
Interesting.
the previous games, you could just like dump the entire zone in a
Yeah,
in a
everything
in a
into-
chest.
Very cool.
Into the PPU bandit.
Yeah.
Into the bandit.
So the first part of my question was again like, how do you feel about like these pre-order items, like such as the Ward exoskeleton or Integral A SMG, those kind of things, being related to side quest stashes? Well, how about that?
It's interesting to make you work for it, I guess. Like it's definitely a different mechanic, but I think it is interesting that they.
It's much better
Yeah,
than giving them from the start.
Yeah.
right?
Nobody
It's-
wants
Yeah,
Fallout
I
New
mean,
Vegas.
It's
It
good.
makes you.
Yeah, nobody
Vegas
wants
is
the
multiple
game to
choice.
start and be
Play
like,
for
you
it
now
still,
have
like, you
this,
don't
you
have
now
the
have that.
option.
No. It
So
makes
bad.
way more sense that you've got to go out and you've got to earn those items for yourself. You don't want to like feel like you're being pandered to. Hey, golly gee, you own the day one edition. You have 6 more bottle caps in your inventory. This, that, and the other. It's like, no,
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
it was-
that always feels like a miss. So it feels like they're respecting the player, they're respecting the immersion in the world, and yeah, the content's not just spoon fed to you. Because that sucks too. Like, isn't one of the guns like an AS Val? Like, I don't want to start the game with my shitty PMM and then just be
That would
given an
make that
AS Val.
so-
That's
Yeah, that would.
that's such
Like,
a
that's something that you get super
Yeesh.
excited and feel rewarded when you find and get.
Right.
Also, we all know what
It's a nice
happens.
feeling.
Also, we all know what happens to Skiff at the start, right? So
Yes.
that makes
Yeah.
no sense to give the items from the get-go. But I
No.
think maybe not all items will be like linked to a specific quests. Like Molid said something along the lines of you will have to
Maybe-
find them yourself, right?
Yes.
I-
You can
Random
skip
loot
this,
spawn.
yes.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
thinking about the scene with Korshunov, right? Like it throws you the AK and it has a camouflage on it.
Starion,
I'm not
don't
sure
sleep.
if it's one of the skins or not, but maybe it is.
Everyone.
And like if you haven't if you don't have the bonus in the
I
cutscene, the
think-
AK will be normal. But if you have the bonus, you will get this, and it's just like in the main story. So
I
you
think
don't really have to search for it.
Charmly
It will be
pistols
there.
of
I don't know.
sense.
Maybe.
We see the TK in the vote locations retail where the bodies of vote members.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we see it.
I honestly think this may be a bit weird, but I think most of those are purely cosmetic, and you're gonna find them as a sort of cosmetic item that you can
Yeah.
apply to any gun you have. But that's how I feel about those guns.
I'm not sure if it's gonna work like that. I feel like it's like a unique gun, but it has the
skin,
same
yes.
stats.
Yes,
Yes.
but with other skin.
Yeah, it could be
all
that,
the
or you
same.
could go, or you could loot the skin and then go to mechanic, and he could apply it to any gun afterwards, or something like that. The mechanics can maybe
Or they
interact
just
with
have
it.
the skinned guns just be like rare, or just for some reason they just could make it as like it's something
Random.
more like a specialty that you find and just like random.
Could be.
Yeah, and some of these skins will be transferable to multiplayer.
Yes,
but
and some
Yeah,
are
I didn't
only
bring
for
up
single.
that point. Like the transferable to multiplayer part is actually interesting because what does that mean? Do you have access to like these special weapons, or other people
don't
will
really
have to
know.
work to unlock it? And because some of them are like campaign only, and some of them are transferable to multiplayer. If you
I
guys check out
imagine
the Steam page.
multiplayer is probably only skins.
It's a not unique weapon. It's just skin for exist weapon.
It's just a skin, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but it's nothing to worry about in my opinion.
True that.
So to how can I say to Lennox, how he said that these pre-order items just be skins. We already know that there's gonna be some sort of weapon rarity thing because again, we've seen in the trailers where they show either the inventory or the upgrades screen that we know that there is both a macro PMM and Skiff's pistol, which is also a macro PMM. And like these two are completely separate guns.
That's because Skiff always uses a PMM in the cutscene.
In the
so he has
cutscenes,
to
yeah.
have his-
Oh, it's a
yeah.
cutscene pistol.
It's just for these moments.
I guess canonically he's a PMM enjoyer.
PMM is the best gun.
PTM
Confirmed.
PMM gang.
All right. Do we have any other questions here from the community? I saw we got a couple other people who popped here into general chat. It's the loudest silence I've ever heard. Not all at once. Come on
I
now.
have a question, guys. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your predictions about the peak online and in Steam, or maybe like I know that many players will buy the game on Steam, like recommendation of friend, review on Steam on their own, or pre-ordered version on the, or maybe in Game Pass in the Xbox. What's your prediction about the peak online?
That's a good question. I think Game Pass is basically going to take all of the audience that has Game Pass, but does not. They're not Stalker fans. Like, unless they're already, if they're already a fan, you're probably going to buy the game. Like, come on, we waited how many years for this? I'm pretty sure everybody's going to buy the game regardless of like how they feel about it.
I mean, I do
like,
understand if you have a pretty underpowered computer, if you're afraid, like if you have a mid-end low NPC,
good point.
You might give it a shot with the lower end, you know, with
plus the Xbox or the PC Game Pass does let you preload. The preload means a lot to people right now. You can actually preload it through Game Pass, even though you can't on Steam.
Small correction. PC Game Pass does not let you preload. It only downloads the 10 to 20 megabytes of that placeholder part.
Oh, is that true? Okay, someone had said that they preloaded it. Never mind.
Oh man. Okay, I'm sad now.
It's Lennox, like, they just fucked up my plans.
Yeah, I was already typing it out in Google, man.
Yeah. I can confirm the 10 megabyte thing because a lot of people kept telling me, no, you can preload it on PC, preload it on PC. People kept telling me that because I was like, you guys are just gonna have to enjoy watching me download the game for like 20 minutes in the beginning of the stream. But people kept saying, no, PC, you can do it, and so I freaking activated a code just to show them. Like, no.
It's like a 10-second download.
Damn,
yeah, no
that's based. Activated a code just to be like, nah, sorry, fam.
Good shit.
I think it's probably going to be worth it to at least buy the game on GOG just so you could download an offline copy of version 1.0 or as it is on launch. Because when you think about it, that is the only platform that's going to give you that option. The game is going to get patches as time goes on. So if you want like a true historical copy of the game, then that's going to be the way to do it.
Yep. GOG is crazy good about that, actually.
They
GOG
are
is a regular platform.
GOG is the way to get the original trilogy games too. They give you bonus promotional artwork, screenshots, wallpapers. They include a soundtrack. There's a lot of goodies that they put in there. I think a lot of people don't realize that. So it's worth owning them on GOG just for the bonus materials that they give you, honestly.
True.
Oh, Gore he put a question in chat, but it's a good question. It hasn't been asked. What's your biggest fear for Stalker 2? The bloodsucker, the fucking thing. Scares the shit out of me. Every time. Yeah, it's that meme. I don't fear much, and it's the heavy in the shadow in the chair from TF2. I don't fear much, but that thing scares me. Yeah, and it's the bloodsucker. He's bad, man. They've just increased the danger element of mutants like tenfold. Even common mutants seem like they just require so much more consideration, but the bloodsucker took that shit personally. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to be like the scariest fucking thing you've ever run into.
Especially just trying to track him now with how hard he is to track. The only way I could really try to track him is when you hear him getting close, I'd look at the grass and you'd see the grass kind of wave.
Yeah.
That was like the best way I could try to track him. But other than that, like they make him so hard to see.
My guess is he is going to be the enemy that you keep a shotgun on you for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or a master key.
Yeah, I can't wait for that master key.
Can I put a master key on the bottom of my shotgun? Double shotgun.
Barrel plus master key. True bandit weapon.
True bandit.
Oh, yeah.
Solve.
Cardon would be proud.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But I honestly, the Flash's faces look really
horrifying
and scary.
Yeah.
I think the scariest thing to me are the Flashes. If I have like 5 of them running at me in the darkness, I'm gonna see these faces coming at me like. No
the
way.
thing is, these things can actually now pounce at you, and they're more dangerous because in the original Stalker games, like it's a Flash. Who cares, man? Walk past it, stab it with a knife, problem gone.
Right.
I wonder what else. I wonder what other mutants can do. Like, so Flesh has got an additional ability. Well, does this mean like Snorks can like hang from like a lamp on the ceiling or something? Like,
oh god, shut up.
You know what I mean?
Like what? Man, I don't even want to think about it.
Oh no.
Spider snort.
Yeah, like a spider snort.
Like Hunter Left 4 Dead style abilities, and they start really jumping around there.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah, I agree with Anomalies. I want to see the Chimera, because the Chimera was always terrifying, but just imagine him now, new detail, new animation, twice the aggression, forget about it. Like it is going to be really tough to figure out the strategy to take him down.
And the pseudo giant is gonna be a tough one as well, right?
I think so.
I hope
Just
so.
to take it down.
I think blind dog is a big danger.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't underestimate them when they're in a pack.
Yeah.
They'll flank you. They're really good at flanking now. They will circle around you.
Yep.
Love that.
All right,
go ahead.
We
saw the S.T.A.L.K.E.R, right? The S.T.A.L.K.E.R is amazing. I thought it looked stunning.
Yeah.
The S.T.A.L.K.E.R in a short.
For sure.
The new sound is awesome too.
Yep.
The
Very
noise. Oh
distinct.
my god, it's so cool.
And they connected to mutants. It's Psyduck and Pseudodog now one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care really.
But the animations, like the dogs, when they attack you, have an animation that they swiftly turn around, while in the original games were like
teleport, just
turning, walking away.
Just stop, rotate on a track.
Yeah. Their animations were so janky that you could literally walk away from them.
Yeah.
They would like stop to bite you, and when they're doing the bite animation, they can't move. So like they stop, try to bite, and then come back towards you again. You can you cheese them really easily in the trilogy.
Yeah, what the
same
mods
thing
did,
with the
though-
boars.
Oh
Oh yeah, the boars.
the
Boars
mods-
were capable before. I feel like they'd be even more capable now.
Yeah. Damn,
And Psidil is to waste. Strong mutant now.
Which one?
Psidil is with great copies.
Oh, the side dogs. Yeah. Oh
The
shit.
I don't early mention. Very, very early mention. We haven't seen it. Right.
Lennox cutting out a little bit.
2020 mention.
Oh, there we go. Clearing up. Discord moment.
It's a very early mention that deer is dying.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah, Discord is dying. You guys see this?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the hell's going on? What? Jesus Christ.
No.
What the fuck is going on?
Good talk, everybody.
Okay.
It's better.
It's better? Yeah.
It's coming through. I think we got through that tunnel.
Yeah.
What kind of anomaly was that?
Got through that anomaly.
Herman, move the goddamn antenna.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
GSC just dropped a new anomaly reveal on our podcast.
I know what happened. Someone tried to conduct an experiment and charge an artifact in a microwave and then exploded. That's why my connection died.
Herman, come on!
Damn, those scientists, man.
Tell Krugel to stop messing around. Breaking my microwave.
Yeah.
Let's see how this slug artifact will react to this microwave.
Just as I thought.
What's up, gang? Vsauce here. We're gonna put this artifact in a microwave. Like,
Oh my god, is Vsauce even around? How long ago has that been?
you didn't see the trailer? He's in the zone.
He lost a leg.
Putting artifacts in a microwave is not a good idea. He lost a leg now.
Instructions unclear. Lost my leg.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I have not seen Vsauce and this guy in so long. You just took me back like a decade.
Yeah.
Jesus, I feel old.
There he is. He's back.
Yep.
Yeah, the anomaly has passed.
I see the gold times of Filthy Frank.
The hell of an anomaly field.
Apparently, artifacts were being microwaved on Starin's end, so.
Yeah, they're doing bunker experiments.
Yeah.
Oh god, what is this? Oh, Taryn, if you got the stream pulled up, look at this shit here.
The stream or the Discord.
The stream. Look at
No
the stream.
way.
I don't.
Yeah.
Dude, chat or corporate wants you to find the difference between these two people. Plot twist, they're the same person. It's so good. Dude, he really does look 100% like Vsauce. That's crazy.
That is insane. What's that guy's name? Michael?
Michael from Vsauce, yeah.
Is it Michael? Yeah.
Michael. Yeah.
Oh my god, I can hear his voice in my head. I kind of want to go watch that. That channel was so legit.
So good.
He's still making YouTube shorts. That's how he makes content now.
Really, I'll have to check it out. As I said, I just got brought back like 10 years, so.
That's the collaboration we need, where he does like a Stalker crossover. It's like, so it was shown in Stalker, but is it possible in reality? And then just like goes into the experiment. It'd be so good.
Proceeds to build an actual Psy antenna.
Right. Yeah, I got your Kaimanov emitter.
Brainwashes the entire neighborhood.
All right, we're getting towards the end, boys. Any last minute questions from the community?
Yeah, I guess so. So everybody, like a lot of people here have played it. Lennick has played it like in Gamescom. You and Tambry have played it in like PAX. Staring has played it, I think, the most in like both Gamescoms and the preview, right?
Yeah.
And Anomalies played it at the Paris Game Show. So I think like there's like pretty hands-on with this game to like get an idea. But how polished do you think this game is gonna be on launch? Like, is it even gonna be is it even possible to have a Stalker game that's polished on launch?
It feels like no, but the demo felt very, at least like for my playthrough, the demo felt very solid. But just asking that question, I feel like it's almost an impossibility.
It's such a massive world. No matter how good you do with a world this big, there's gonna be some quirks just because that's open world games.
I'm gonna say it will be more polished than, let's say, Shadow of Chernobyl or Clear Sky on launch.
I agree.
I would say so, but of course it will have a few problems. Like there's no way around it, right?
Yeah.
They spent a long time with delays for polish, and I think if you're gonna take that at face value, it's like they don't want this crashing to desktop. That, you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be polished in that respect, where it like technically looks very. It looks like it's probably going to be pretty solid. If you look at the NVIDIA charts, those look pretty impressive. So they've gotten a level of technical polish there that has achieved those charts. So I would assume that that was pretty high priority for them. But they also talk about how they've got the patches planned for the short term after post release. So I'm sure that's bug fixing. You know, they're going to keep working on it. But November 20th is the day that they feel like, okay, this is a product that can hold its own now. And it shouldn't attract like negative attention among the masses.
Yeah,
so
it shouldn't have like a media like flop, like
right.
Like when everyone's like, it shouldn't have a media flop where everyone's gonna be like, watch this game that everyone anticipated release and it's like just died.
Right.
Yeah, I guess they got rid of all the
honestly, I think there
game-breaking bugs.
Yeah, I think there will be no bugs. Would say someone who is not honest with his community, but I'm honest and
it's gonna be anomalies.
I'll be serious. No, I'll be serious with you. Like I expect that there will be bugs.
But that's any game at launch. Like I don't think any game can not launch with it.
I thought, Staring, I thought I misheard you, and you said no bugs. I was like, damn, that's a hell of a bet. He's like, no bugs, zero, none of them. It's perfect.
That was the joke, man. If I were dishonest, I would say, nah, don't worry, everything will be perfect. Nah, that's BS. Like I expect that there will be bugs, but I don't expect game-breaking ones. I expect
exactly.
I expect
what
like
a
character clipping into a barrel or.
You hit an item and it flies way further than it should because it
glitches
or something, or it does that change or whatever, and
it would not surprise me if they deliberately put bugs from the trilogy in, or a reference to a bug or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that'd be good.
We'll have
I want to see someone play
see.
Guitar upside down or something like that.
Yes.
Drinking through the gas mask, right?
Yeah,
drinking vodka through the gas mask, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I expect.
That's
or some
classic.
NPC just moonwalking into a door that's locked and he can't open it. It's minor stuff like that. I don't expect anything as bad as the release of, I don't know, Gothic 3 had, for example.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I kind of expect. That's what I go for it. I'll be honest. If I see like a few minor bugs, I'll probably just laugh about them.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah.
thinking most of us, any bugs we have are gonna just be greeted with humor. Like a lot of the, I think a lot of the OG community, any of the bugs that we'll have are gonna be greeted with humor, unless it's like I literally can't play the game, which I don't think we're going
Exactly.
to have. So I don't think it's gonna. I don't think we're gonna have anything else. We all know how to. We know how to take bugs, AK features in stride, and we love GSE's extra features.
Anomalies. They're just anomalies.
That's right.
Yeah, we just
Free addition to the game.
Game code anomalies. It happens.
And I'm optimistic. I'm sure it will be. Okay, I'll go on one thing. I'm quite sure it will be better than the release of Fallout 4 or Fallout 76.
Fallout 75.
Oh, 75, man. Like, I'm traumatized by that game.
It's so bad it went back a number.
Don't roast me, Tommy.
Fallout 2077.
Man, Fallout 76 was one of the few games in which I literally sold the collector's edition after playing the game because I was so disappointed. Like,
Dude,
I was really
too.
butthurt. I was so butthurt, man.
Oh, damn. We did the same thing. We were just like, nope, liquidate it.
And I even went through all the hassle to get the canvas back.
I did the same thing. I did the email and shit. Oh my god, that was such a debacle.
Data leaked because of it.
It was. Oh my god, you're right. I forgot they leaked all of our data out.
They leaked it. Wow. Okay, unbelievable.
Dude, it was nuts. Oh my god.
I think Internet Historian made a video about the release of. Who made a video about the failure of 76?
Internet Historian also. Yeah.
But yeah, like. Yeah, I'm not going back to that, man. That still leaves me traumatized.
No, I think Stalker is definitely in a better spot than that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
16 times the detail.
Yeah.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Good old Todd Howard. Good old Todd. love good old Todd.
Man, he was at Gamescom and he actually checked out Stalker.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't Phil tell him to ask him if he wanted to play, and he's like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah,
he said that. No, I'm good.
Unworthy, dude. Unworthy.
Yeah,
He's unworthy. 100%. He wants to play cinematic Starfield slop.
Okay, there's one thing I have to bring up because.
Starfield. Nope.
Nah, there's like one thing I have to bring up because it bothers me. People claiming like, no, Stalker is now like Fallout because dialogue option. Like,
what?
It's literally better now. It makes no goddamn sense to me. You still have like text like or voice like selections that you're making with the people. You're still talking to them in almost the same way, but they're voice acted now. It's better. I don't get it. If they put the old menus in, people would have roasted the game so fast for being painfully legacy. Like,
for just having to read everything.
Yeah.
Also, literally just dialogue options. We're not even talking about skill checks.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to mention in original games, you barely even make any dialogue options. There's always one or two at most. One or two.
Yeah, either like continue the chat or I gotta go. That was it.
Or it's
I mean, it depends. When you actually help out the guy who was captured by the bandits, you can tell him that Richter.
Oh yeah, in the basement.
Who sent you, Richter or that asshole Yorick?
Yeah.
And you can choose him to. You can choose to tell who sent you. Or you can just say, "Nah, you were just lucky." And I have no idea which impact this will have on the story. But even if it had just a minor impact, it would be cool. Still, it's not Fallout just because it has skill checks. Just like Witcher is not Dark Souls because it has dodging in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry for bringing up Dark Souls again, Tommy.
Oh, does this game have guns in it? Is it Fallout? Oh, this game takes place in Ukraine. Is it like Metro? I'm just like,
I had people joke about the next big game is dropping. It is Fallout, but in Ukraine. Let's go. That's what people are saying.
Come on,
with YouTube titles. Fallout in Ukraine.
Jesus.
Clicks on video. Report.
It'd be funny if like a content creator did that as a troll, like made that literally as a title just to troll.
Yeah,
I'd still get mad.
That would be pretty fucking funny to see. Hey, y'all
my
see this Fall
god.
Ukrainian Fallout? And check it out. It's called Stalker.
Do I have to do like a review video taking the piss at launch, be like, it's like Dark Souls meets, like, and just do all of the talking points, all of like the normie shit, just make a full video out of it. Oh god, it'll be so cringe. No one will ever get to the end of the video.
Nobody would.
I
So
remember
bad.
one headline which I posted here, I think, and I was genuinely tweaking because the headline was no, here's the thing. Like, this game is Skyrim with guns, and it was S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. And like, I was genuinely tweaking in the general chat.
No.
Like,
I can do
I
you
was
one better.
Oh
I can do
my
you one better. In the voice
angry.
media chat. In the voice media
Yeah.
chat. The image that's over there, that's a real headline. That's a real headline from an article.
Oh my god.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is seriously though. Like Fallout meets Dark Souls. There you go.
Okay.
Fuck.
I hope they don't sell that person a copy of the game. You're banned for the first week.
I've seen a
Man,
lot of people compared to Far Cry, not Fallout.
Yeah, Far Cry.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
love the Far Cry. I don't even know where we
Yeah.
get Far Cry from.
Swamp's Quest.
Yes.
Never
But,
pops up.
Dude, he's just climbing at the tower and setting up a detector or something. Like, he doesn't even uncover the map with it.
Yeah, that's.
Yes.
It's like you can't climb something in a game without being Far Cry now.
Yeah.
An object. Not allowed.
Not anything. You can't climb a tower in a game.
Yeah,
That's
Far
right.
Cry.
No towers allowed.
That's weird.
Some of those are so far-fetched, man.
If you put a bale of hay anywhere near a tower, it's over.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Hope you created it up.
Oh man.
Man, I just realized something. How the hell am I gonna be able to screenshot words of text of lore now that the dialogue thing has been changed?
Subtitles.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
but
little
it's gonna be like
timing.
several screenshots for just one.
Yeah.
Or you could just get a transcription software that
Yeah.
writes a transcript for you.
I mean, I will record everything anyway, but that was just a thought that passed through my mind.
Poor Anomalies. He's like, oh, what's 10 more hours of work for every single video?
I mean, nobody ever double checks what I say anyway, so they believe everything that I say.
Potential of misinformation. Anomalies is gonna become the sea consciousness of the fandom now.
Dude, nobody can audit Anomalous though, honestly. Like, I take everything he says at face value. I'm like, I believe it. He put how many hours into making this? I have full faith in this man. I put my life in his hands though.
Please don't, because I've done some mistakes.
Anomalous could just like go full Alex Jones Infowars in the zone.
Yeah.
Don't believe the Witch Granter is fake. Would there be something like that?
Anomalous, in one of your next videos, you should like make a point to do a very like see if you can do a noticeable inaccurate fact and then see if anyone finds out. Like,
Make it really
Easter egg, a completely just shit fact in there. And I want to say, like, we got to see who notices. If anyone's just like, no, Anomalous said it, so it's probably real. And
That's
no
so
one's
good.
You're gonna see this
so good.
Right, misinformation in the internet.
You know that mission accomplished when that information ends up on the wiki.
Or the Reddit.
Or even better, on IGN or something like that.
Yes!
Bro, you remember
Now
I
we,
counted anomalies,
legendary
right?
minute.
Like somebody went to the wiki and edited the page for, I don't know, one of the anomalies, and it says, according to Anomalous Dugout, there are X number of this anomaly in the trilogy. Like, I'm like, come on, don't do that.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. They're like, if Anomalous says it, it's true. That's what I'm saying. You got to put in a random fact, and we got to see how far it goes. It's got to be the most bullshit thing I've heard.
These numbers are not accurate at all. Like, it's just me going around and counting from the top of my head. Like,
Yeah, but that's
It's-
how much we trust you.
it's a
That's
good
how, that's how much.
estimate.
That's how much we trust the dugout brand.
Dude,
Yeah, but
GSE has like
I'm
the
telling
opportunity
you-
though to gaslight
telling you-
Anomalous so hard. Anomalous could get something wrong, and GSE will be like, "Watch this, silent patch the game, and change whatever was in the game to match what he said." And then Anomalous is gonna really lose his fucking mind because he's like, "Wait, it was wrong! It was wrong!" Everything he tries to make wrong, they just gaslight him into it being right.
Wow.
But like seriously, like I've done some mistakes. Like it happens sometimes. So just be careful. Be open-minded about what I say. I can make some mistakes.
All we make mistakes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Tommy, could you please go to the voice chat channel and read the screenshots I sent, please?
God, hold on. Just wondering if the multiplayer mode will include a battle royale. I think incrementing something like Fortnite, but for a oh no.
Fortnite.
Oh no.
What?
Adult would be a right. Something like Fortnite, but for adult would be a right move. It was nice knowing you guys because now I have cancer.
But
I think I just walked into a burner. Jeez. Wow. That comment, I don't know who Dugout is, really took me out for a moment. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
my brain
yeah, I was looking at it
stopped
too.
processing, dude. I was like, AOL noises, like just random AOL screeching in my brain. I was so confused.
Dial up.
Oh man.
I'm petitioning for sending this guy to the brain scorcher, please. Whoever who wrote this. Anybody hopping in?
We got to give it up to
It's fine. They
Starian.
will learn. They will learn.
Starian, how tired are you right now?
I'm still alive, man. Why do I look tired to you?
I think everybody in chat thought you were falling asleep before. Which we wouldn't blame you. Time zones are a
The
pain
zone
in the
is
butt.
rough, man.
I mean, it is 10:30 p.m. right now,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
My
But I'm
dinner's been
still
sitting
good
there
for
for
it.
like 3.5 hours.
No, you didn't get to eat.
No.
Time flies,
Oh
man.
no.
Yep.
I mean,
Time
I'll be
flies.
honest with you guys. I will actually eat quite late today. That's a fact.
Same.
I ate before. I planned ahead.
I got unlucky.
I woke
Wrong
up
planning.
and then came here.
I'm with
Yeah,
Lennox.
so I'm still waiting on that.
The minute I hit stop streaming, I'm like, all right, it's food time.
But yeah, time flies when we're having fun, right?
Yo,
Yeah.
for sure.
Can't believe
So more
it's been
exciting
3.5
now.
Always a
hours.
good time in the zone.
If anybody
Anyway,
knows where to get Tourist Delight, please let me know, because I want to get all the food items, like the classic Stalker food items, and enjoy them on stream when playing Stalker 2. I mean, bread
I
and
bet you there's gotta
salami
be
is
an
easy,
eyeball in
but
there.
yeah, I'm kind of concerned about buying
Open a
like
tourist, if you
20-year-old.
open a Tourist Delight, it would have like, I guarantee you'd have like you'd see an eye. Like that'd be the first thing you'd see, an eye and like maybe like some bones and some other skeptical shit. That'd be
Get
the
some
first thing
tuna.
you'd see. That's what's gonna be in there. No.
Thank you for killing my appetite in 2 seconds, Taryn.
Get a doctor's sausage. it
I'm
would be
helping your
more-
guys' hunger by not having it. You're welcome.
My brain
welcome.
did not hear that correctly
Get
at first.
bread. It's the best food.
For sure.
Bread.
Bread.
In quotes.
It's bread.
Okay, I'll break the magic. The issue is when I look down, I'm reading something because I'm actually reading a chat. The problem is my camera is up here.
Yeah.
Your text is
That's what
down
it is.
here.
Yep.
So actually, when I read your
You're not
text,
just
I'm
nodding
literally
off
like that.
like
I'm not nodding off, but I just have quite a stupid setup.
going in and out.
So don't worry, guys. But I appreciate that you care for me. That's a community spirit.
Always. Always.
yeah.
Where's the light arrow?
Oh, what's this? What did Bali post here?
Closest thing to Tourist Delight.
Is it just canned meat or what?
No,
Oh,
wait,
it's
at,
sardines.
I thought it was fish,
They
I
said
guess.
sardines, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Tushonka or Polska. Oh, how was it called, man?
Dude, I don't know if I've ever
Delikatesova.
tried sardines.
They said like canned meat, like spam.
The reason why is because it's like a smaller squished can. That's usually a fish, as far as I remember. It's the size, the shape of the can.
Like a tuna can shape.
Let me pull
Mielonka,
up-
like a tuna
that's
can
how we
shape.
call it in Polish.
It sounds
Let
like
me pull up
tourist
the item
nightmare,
description.
not tourist delight. Jesus.
Tourist nightmare. I
Who is
mean,
that? Is me. I can send you one.
Guys,
Oh, no.
I'll post it in Discord in the general chat. Where is it? Here.
Sounds horrible.
This is the shit. If you ever want to eat something like Tushonka can't eat, get this one because this one is not as weird as the other ones. It's quite good.
so you're
Does
saying
look like it.
this is the one to try, like if
This
you
is the one to try.
Is
The
this the one?
Polish
This is the one in
Mielonka
your
Luksusowa.
this is the one in your stalker backpack in your pockets. Like, do you
Yeah.
pull this
It's
out?
like it's like spam.
You guys are taking. I'm sorry, the general chat took me out. I just like popped it up real quick. Oh my god.
Yeah, the description doesn't say what it contains. At least not in the OGs.
Are they all the
Have we
same
seen
brand?
the description in? I mean, there's no brand.
I mean,
No, there's no brand, never.
yeah.
As far as I know.
Have we
The
seen
Polish
its
one is like
description?
94% pork, salt, and pepper.
Oh, is that what that 94% is?
Yeah.
It's pork. Nice.
Pork.
I
like
believe
it.
it. Is it the shape of the can is like small? They usually have that with like other kinds of meat. What do I know?
Yeah, but this
Okay.
one, I mean, the Polish one is the legend one, and it's also the rather more expensive one. It's expensive as fucking
Canned
ground
go.
meat Mielonka can get. Like, Mielonka is literally nothing but like ground meat.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
Polish version of Spam.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So if you can't just
Spam.
like swallow Spam, you'll be able to swallow that one as well.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sodium.
delightful. Sounds so
I mean,
appetizing.
I'll be honest, the smell is rather off-putting for me. That's my take on it. But the taste is good. Like, if you smash it on a sandwich, nice.
Yeah, that's how I
And
feel
in
about
South
spam.
Ko-
Spam can be good.
South Koreans actually cook a lot with Spam. Like, a lot of
I've
South
seen
Korean
that.
dishes are traditionally made with Spam because of American
Spam is really fucking good.
occupation
Spam is
and
really
stuff.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty damn salty, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how anyone can eat it. It tastes weird.
Oh yeah. Well, in Stalker 2, there's like a cow on the model, right? I see a
An
cow.
Orion. Yeah, you can make yourself a giant
probably
burger
beef.
patty. Just make sure to also bring a roll of toilet paper on your trip through the zone if you do that. I mean, it's very greasy. Like, my stalker, I'm on events food is usually cashew or walnuts because they're lightweight, they don't spoil, and then they have quite a lot of protein and calories. And dried
So you
sausage.
don't do like MREs.
Nah, that's even too much because you have to sit down, like unpack them. I like MREs when I'm on events, but on conventions I just eat like either nuts or dried sausages, stuff like that.
Snack food that gives
Snack
you like
food,
energy.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
snack
healthy
food gives you
snack food,
energy.
a lot of protein.
No, yeah, because lots of protein. Hell yeah.
But I'm quite addicted to American pretzel pieces with cheddar.
Hell yeah.
I once got them in the
Let's go.
Yeah, Snyder's
Hell
of Hanover
yeah.
pretzel pieces with cheddar. I got them years ago in an MRE, an American MRE, and there was a small package of that, and I got instantly addicted to it.
Nice.
You can't,
You could
you
some
can't
good
get
stuff
those
in
where you're at.
MREs.
Yeah.
Sounds tasty.
I was gonna say,
What is it?
They had.
if you're having trouble finding that, just let me know, Starion. I'll hunt whatever you want down, buddy.
I
I'll
was
send
gonna
them
say,
your
we
way.
We could send a care package.
The
Yeah.
problem is not finding the stuff. The problem is the shipping cost.
Yeah.
No,
Care
that's no problem. I said what I said, man. All right. You want some American snacks? Oh boy, I got you covered.
Okay, do you and Terran fit in a bag? Like in a package?
I'm
Put
pretty
yourself in a
small.
box.
I'd like to say that I'm travel size.
If you guys ever come to Europe, really hit me up. We have to meet up.
Oh, we
hell
got
yeah.
it.
Know it.
Yeah, we got
We're
a
gonna meet
share
in
here.
Prague.
Yeah.
Same for
Yeah,
Mozzie and Anomalies, man.
If I'm
Mhm.
going that way, I'll let you all know for sure.
We have to
That'd be
meet
cool
up.
as hell.
For real.
Oh my
yeah.
god, do a stalker campfire with Stan and everybody.
With
hell yeah.
Stan.
Stan. I'm
Oh.
excited.
All
Man,
right,
this
all right.
community is just insane. This is really insane. Like
The support is unlike anything else, that's for sure.
yeah, but also like this community kept this game alive for years.
Over a
For years.
decade. I still
And-
think when I think of the launch coming up, I think of like a video from 2011 of me being real emo, like, yeah, so Stalker 2's canceled and the world is ending. I'm like, but bro, I still think of that vlog.
That was such a good video. I have watched that video. I come back to that one anytime I need like a pick me up. I'm like, at least we're here in 2024. Things used to be rough.
I keep thinking, I'm like, bro, I'm like literally I think it was 2011. I'm like 2011. I'm like, I woke up one day and was just the most emo bitch ever. Was just like, my life is ruined. Stalker's gone. There's nothing to look forward to. And like, and now it's 3 days away. Like that's so, it feels so nuts to think about that.
Yeah, 2011 was truly the My Chemical Romance era of, oh god, GSC's gone. It's sad days ahead.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Ultimate comeback story, for real.
We all had to cope so fucking hard.
Yeah, for years.
Yeah.
And that, but I mean but again, that was part, like, I think that's part of what made the community thrive to a level, though. I almost want to say that to a level, I think like our modding community and the community we have might have not have even been as like heavy and in depth, and we might not be even as close knit like as we are, like if maybe like it didn't go through that, because especially like again, like everyone was all on, like when you're thinking about like when Lost Alpha launched, when Misery launched, when any like those mods launched, like it was literally our Stalker launches, like literally all of us were waiting for when these new mods would launch. It was like literally like this is our game, so it's just I think also like now that like obviously it's no longer canceled, so it almost was maybe possibly a good thing that got canceled in a way, if you think of it in the positive light of how the community came together. It's like it's just
silver
like
linings,
like this. It's it's just
Storm.
like what we like the
stage.
way the community like came through and just like stayed together is just, I don't think anyone else like anywhere else is like that.
True that.
Yep.
All right. We're definitely getting to the end here. I am definitely getting hungry. Any questions that the community has? Any final wrap up talking points or anything anyone would like to bring up here now that we're getting towards the end? And again, this is the last episode before launch. We're obviously going to have more podcast episodes after, but it is awesome to have this be the end of this chapter, so to speak. All the speculation, well, most of the speculation will be DLC speculating, mind you, but I mean, the pre-release speculation time was a lot of fun.
Yes.
What's your guys' speculation on the review score? What do you think it's gonna be? Like, is it gonna be like?
Yeah,
around
okay.
80,
I'm
90?
gonna.
87.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Which outlet?
Yeah.
We're talking IGN.
I was thinking Metacritic, so an average. But if you want to go with a specific outlet, like I don't know, IGN or something.
Here's my bet. Metacritic will give it between an 87 and a 93 from the critical audience, from the professionals, and then the community reception to it will be 95 or 90, somewhere in there. I think it's going to be pretty high. And then I think IGN's going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's got a little something for everyone.
Not enough water.
Typical IGN.
No.
No, realistically, I think IGN is probably going to give it an 8.5 or a 9.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're going to be more favorable towards it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think makes sense.
All right, cool beans, gentlemen, lady.
Yep.
It's been awesome to have all of you here today. Thank you again for joining us on this this podcast, as always.
Thanks for having us, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. It was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you invited.
It helped hype up the release.
Always. It's a pleasure to have you guys all here. Anyway, any final closing words? Any message you'd like to give to our fellow community members or GSC themselves?
Yeah, loners rule, and deal with all your losses. The rest of the factions. Okay.
Fair.
Nice.
Okay,
I
now for any good
launch.
final opinions or closing statements, we'll take them.
I hope everyone has a smooth
Start
launch.
the microwave. Start the microwave stand.
I'm about to put Terran in the microwave.
No.
Wolf, you're about to see an anomaly.
I have one too. 20 November is 1000th Day of WoW, and I wish all Stalkers see the release on 20 November on that symbolic day.
Yeah.
Amen.
Also, there's a giveaway for the Stalker Faction Wars in the Stalker official Discord going on. It starts like in 2 hours, so like no 1 hour 30 minutes. So make sure to participate if you want to get some sweet loot. Yeah, and besides of that, thank you very much, guys, for your outstanding support in the past days. Like my YouTube channel has grown so well, and I'm such a small niche cosplayer. And also thank you, Taryn and Tommy, for just like getting me into the pack. It's been a wild ride, and I'm looking forward to explore the zone with all of you together in 3 days.
Hell yeah, brother. We are so glad to have you, man.
Yep.
Hey, and Lennox, thank you for joining us again, man. And it's been a little while since we were able to get you back on the podcast, man. I've been wanting to get you back on for a while.
It's just a lot more hype towards the release of the game. Like now we're close to the game. So much more to talk about. The trailers, I mean, we can speculate about the trailers, but now it feels like it's really here. We're
tangible.
Talking about the game, like we're
the moment
talking
is
about the
come.
video game.
Yeah, and it'll be even more fun when we all get a chance to actually get some hardcore time in with it, and then reconvene and actually talk about everything, the nitty gritty about the game itself. And like you said, it won't all be speculation anymore. It'll actually just be us reviewing this masterpiece that's been cooking for all these years.
I'm excited to see what everyone's favorite impressions will be. That's I think one of the things I'm most excited about with our fellow content creators to see what is going to be everyone's fave takeaway, what's going to be the thing that really hits you.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what is going to be the thing that really sparks that extra.
For sure, because there's always going to be surprises. We're all looking forward to stuff within the framework of what we know already about Stalker. But once you see the new things they've added, I can't wait to see new things that will make me be like, oh my god, this was perfect. Imagine if this was in the games before. It fits so well. That's I can't wait to see what that might be. Do you think we'll get? Do you think that we'll get any mutant updates or things like that, with updates in the future? They might recreate new ones and put them in. That's an interesting idea. I think anything's possible. Yeah, if DLCs are going to be doing maybe new areas.
Cryo guys must go.
Cryo guys,
That's
man.
one of my secret hopes. I would love to see more. I would love to see more creations of mutants if we could.
Even more.
If they could, I would love to see more. We all love the classic ones, but it would be really cool to see that even expanded upon more. As the zone has evolved. I would love to see that.
I kind of want to see aerial enemies, but a lot of people won't like that.
Oh, that's a great
I want to see something fly.
Holy shit, that's a really good point. There's really not
a lot of unutilized space in the sky that you're looking at an FPS game, right? You're in a
even the crows, aggressive crows or something like that.
I mean, there's crows enough in there. They could have totally make a mutant crow, one just bigger and badass than all the others. It'll be like that crow from the opening episode of
I never really thought about that, but he's so correct.
There's crow demon.
There's so much vertical space that can be utilized with that. I mean, you're always looking around for threats, around you, but never really having to think about what's up in the sky.
Or above you. Yeah.
Fascinating.
That would be neat.
Wow, that's a good point. Yeah.
Small one.
It's a good one. All right.
Was fun.
Hell yeah. Well, Dan, that's a great exclamation point of a thought to put on the end of the podcast right there. Think about shit that could fly around in the air and fuck you up. We got to put that in the game next.
I hope it's actually already in. Big surprise.
Ooh,
that would be sick.
I would love, honestly, I'm still holding on to hope that we'll have a surprise of a mutant or something else, something really big that they haven't revealed yet. Yeah, or again, I'm really hoping that they'll have some bigger reveals that we haven't seen that will really take you by surprise.
Yep.
Oh, there will be reveals.
Yep.
I hope there's gonna be more than 10 of them, honestly, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than 10 different new mutants. They're all scattered around zone, but that's
that would be wild. All right, guys. All right. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Good hunting, Stalkers. Thank you for joining us for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's
been everybody.
Have a great evening.
Good night.
Stalkers.
Bye.
Good night.